That should be us live, I think. I hope so. You're saying we're live. That's good. So hopefully I've actually managed to sort everything out for a change. Yeah, I know me actually do something right for a change and get everything prepared like I should do. It's not going to happen. We know that. I know that. You know that. We all know that. So I'm going to have forgotten something during this. So I'll probably have to disappear slightly for a few seconds. But we'll find out. I have a viewer, so thank you for whoever you are who's come to join me. Um, so tonight is, well, I'm doing this tonight because my cat has knocked over my contrast black paint and it's ended up all over my desk and I cleaned it up because it spilled all over my scissors. So tonight I'm using the remainder of my black paint because I should have just enough to do one model. So I decided it's going to be one of my oldest models. How you doing, Lee? You all right, mate? Yeah, tonight I'm going to do one of my oldest models, which is my... And Mandy, hello. This is my 1998 metal Space Marine Captain. Now I've stripped him down. I've built him back up to at least see his details so I can colour him to some degree, I hope. So let's find out actually how bad of a painter I really, really am. Well, I know how bad of a painter I am. I think I'm awful. So first of all, we need to find the right colour, which is this one that's open. I knew I'd get one somewhere. I knew I had one. Don't forget about the brew being on the opposite side and the water being over there this time. Because I did last time, and I've done that many times where I've dunked my paintbrush in my brew or gone to pick up my water to drink it. Not nice at all. So remember which side they're on. Oh, come on, clean. Get clean. I have also got a bit of sprue goo on the go while I'm at it. I decided to try that extra strong nail varnish remover that I've got and see if that'll work as to melt the sprues down. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed it's going to work. I hope it's really going to work. But if it doesn't, it's no loss. It's just spare sprue that I've just put in it and the end of a bottle of nail polish remover acetone, essentially. Drop my brush in the thing. That's a clever idea. Okay, so as per usual, I block in the blues for the shoulder pad. Although that seems very, very watery. Have I put that down on the watery bit? I think I did. In fact, while I am on here, I'll give it a few minutes and then I might drop the link in the chat. See, that doesn't look right either now. I thought I shook it a minute ago. I'm pretty sure. I'm sure I shook it a minute ago. No, see, nothing ever goes right. I'm never prepared. One day I will be prepared and it will go absolutely horribly because I'm actually prepared for a change. But this time, it's just going as normal. I've forgotten minor things. At least I don't have to get up this time. No getting up and moving. No shifting around. I think I've got everything I need in front of me. I'm also going to try and not use speed paints. It's going to be quite difficult for me on this one because most of the rest of my Space Marine range has been done with speed paints. At least regarding the cloaks. So doing this cloak is going to be fun. Is I hope anyway. So let's move my brushes out of the way. and concentrate. Try not to hit the light, which is better than hitting my camera. No, it's actually... Yeah, you can actually see it on camera for a change. I've not moved it out of the way. Which is another one of my very annoying habits of sitting here in front of a camera, setting the camera up on my desk, and then moving the monitor out of the way to paint it so you can't actually see it. So this time I want to do my best to actually keep it on camera. Or as much as I can anyway. Sometimes I may have to bring it a little bit closer to my face. And I apologize if there's any shine coming off the top of my head. I have ordered a new hat because I can't find mine. Don't ask me how you lose a hat, but I've lost my hat. Yes, I feel relatively naked without it, particularly on camera, because it shows off my bald bits. No laughing. Joke, you couldn't laugh, don't worry, I know. Bald people is funny sometimes. Shame I'm not. Okay, so that should be the only bits of blue. I put way too much blue on that wet palette for the amount of blue that's actually going onto the model. So as my reference, I want. Do I want you? No. I want you as a base reference. Just so I've got something to compare it to, so I know where I'm working towards. There's no direct plan with this one. I just know I need to get it into the same colour scheme as the rest of the army. I know you should always come into these things with a plan or an idea, or yeah, I'm going to do this. It's just not me. I don't plan things like that. Do I have to? Yes, I've just remembered something I do have to do, which is, I'm sorry about this. I am really, really sorry, but I can't put the link into StreamYard's chat. So I have to have. Oh, that's weird. Why is that weird? That's just strange. Okay. So I have to have YouTube open, so when I do put the link up, I can post it in there. Okay, so blue shoulder pads, fairly simple. That was nice and easy. I can do that one. Now I've got to do the black. As I said, my cat spilt my black contrast paint. And do you want to know the even worse thing about it? Cheeky bugger won't even go and buy me a new one. No, not even buy me a new one. Jumped up on my desk, knocked my speed paint over, climbed onto the windowsill, and she's not even buying me a new speed paint. How cheeky is that, eh? Let's see if I can actually get this to work like I want it to and not completely mess up like I think it's going to. And this is my... when did I buy this? It's like, this still got me my first Space Marine Captain that I ever bought. My actual official Space Marine Captain, anyway. I'd kit bashed a few out of the tactical box sets and things like that before it, but yeah, this was the first Space Marine Captain I ever actually bought. Although I use the word bought quite loosely because I don't think I actually spent any money on it. Other people did and got me them as gifts, which was very nice of them. Come to think of it, when it comes to how much I've personally spent on 40k, I don't think it's actually as much as I own, which is always good. Always good. But yeah, I managed to accumulate quite a lot of gifts and people donating and some trades here and there. It's been nice. But this guy, I know somebody paid money for him, so that's the main thing. He is paid for and bought. I do have a couple of 3D printed proxies that I can use now, but that's a different matter entirely. Now, there is a gap underneath his foot, and I know that's there. That's for later when I pull him out of his base to actually base him. If I'm getting echo or anything, if I've got chipmunk voice, if anyone wants to let me know, I will be very appreciative of it. Because I can't actually hear what I'm saying. Well, I can hear what I'm saying, obviously I'm saying it, but I can't hear it through YouTube. And YouTube has a habit of making me sound like Alvin out of Alvin and the Chipmunks. Don't ask me why, he just does. He may have sorted it now that I've removed my old webcam, but you never know. At some point it might decide it just wants to give me a chipmunk voice again for the sheer sake and giggles of it. I'm past that point now. Oh yeah, I can say shits and giggles now. How do you see me? You alright, mate? Oh, if you would, please, mate, if you would. Make it more than a few and make sure they're not all for me. I've got to have a couple for yourself as well. But no, it's not 80 degrees over here. It is 6 degrees Celsius. So it's not cold, but certainly could be warmer. Okay, so we'll get a black contrast paint on to get his armor back to where I need it to be. Essentially black. So then, yeah, he's about the same tone as him, give or take. Yeah, about the same tone. Okay, so a little bit there underneath his. Now, he's done his sub-assembly. I do have his gun, there is. His gun there to go on him as well. I'm missing the backpack, which is a shame. But as I said, this model's 20-odd year old. The fact that I've managed to keep it this long through moving about 6 was it? No, from there to there, from there to there, to there to there. So I moved about 5 times. I've managed to keep him, which for me, who has the organizational skills of a sloth, is pretty impressive. Hey Vanessa, how you doing? You okay? So one more elbow to go, and then that should be his armor done, I believe. See, I always get worried when things start going a little bit quicker and I start getting stuff done, and it's like, right, well, I've done that bit and I've done that bit. This usually takes me ages. Why have I done it so it gets me a bit worried. So it's at that point that I start thinking I've done something wrong, or I've got to go back and just make sure I clear up. So what I'm just going to do now is just clean up a few of the points. And I'm sure this headset's picking me up, you know. Oh, is that a bit of flashing there that I've missed? That is a bit of flashing that I've missed. Oh dear. Why did I not pick that up when I was spraying him? Well, that's reasonably well done. Clean off the black. Can have a couple of choices to make. Obviously, you've got a cloak on. Now with this guy, I've done his cloak like leathery brown. I've done some cloaks like a different type of leathery brown. I've got some blue. I've got some green. I'm not sure what color I want this cape to be. See, I could go with pure ivory, but well, pure ivory then run like a bone wash over it, or like a slightly brown wash, a watered down brown wash. Hydration is always good. I'm not 100% sure whether I should or not. I can't see underneath there, so if anyone... I've only sent it out to one person. What am I on about? Okay. So let's copy that for a moment and paste that there. I've been up for 5 or so minutes now. I could be all right. People could swear and things. So, yay. Right, now that's up there. I can come back. So I know I've got a bit of red that I need to do. I'll have to turn that down because that's just picking me up anyway. Some red to do, which is on his gun. And I've got a lot of gold. Oh no, there's some red there to go. Some ivory. Some ropey leather. Have you got any purity seals on this thing? No. So we've just got red and gold on here. A little bit of red on that. Red, gold, and silver, sorry. Red, gold, and silver. Silver gets used on everything. Lead belch, which is just gunmetal, gets used on pretty much every single model. Which I'm surprised I've only gone through 2 tubs of it. Yeah, there's always another time to get another packet if I need it. But let's go through some of the red. Now, if I do start talking to someone who's off camera, that's because there's somebody off camera. So I may have a slight couple of discussions. For instance, can I have another brew? Can you go get my tablets for me? Things like that. Although that latter one is more of a, can you go get my tablets for me, please? No, I'm okay for a brew, but I'd have forgot to take my tablets before I came live. Because I'm an idiot. I'm a complete moron, I know. So if you're quite happy being up online, and of course I'm not just going to let any random yobbo up, so I will be screening you before you come up. If you want to come up and join me because you are quite confident that I will let you up, please feel free to click that link. Now, if you're thinking, but I don't do paint Warhammer, I don't do any of this, don't worry. 90% of the people I have over here with me have no idea what this hobby actually is. So feel free while I take restricted medication live on the internet. Don't do drugs, kids. Honest. Thanking you very much. Or if you are going to do drugs, at least do the fun ones. Like nerve suppressors. They're always fun. How are you doing, JV? You alright, man? Are you still in work or have you managed to get off for the day? I know CB sat outside for me. Watching the world go by. And I'll go up in smoke. Very kind of him. You know what I should... Yes, I know, I'm okay. I'm keeping up with the chat because the chat's not doing that. Nobody's talking. Except for me. I'm not shut up yet, I don't think. Or very briefly. While I take a breath so I can say the next words. Ha ha. So yeah, I've not been on for a while. I do apologize to anyone who does actually enjoy watching me. I'm really sorry. I know I should be on more. He's getting on really. He's getting up and getting on. Can't do it during the day. I have children running around. It just doesn't work. And well, at night I have my and at night I have my other issues to deal with as well, which, in all fairness, over the last week or two has not been too bad, but today was not good. Um, I seem to only come up on the days when I've not had a good day during the day because it seems to balance itself out a little bit at night. Whereas if I've had a good day during the day, I can guarantee I won't be ready for this for the night. So that's generally why I'm not up, is because I've been having good days, which turns itself into bad nights. And the only time I actually get up to get on really is night time, because that's when everyone's asleep. And I get to sit here and concentrate and actually paint and do things. It's wonderful. It is so wonderful. Now, what's going on with that camera? Focus on me. Winter's not over with. Well, it is over with, but we've still got spring coming through here. It's cold. It's cold up north. As the missus just agreed, walking in the room going, she's been freezing all day. Right, now where were those 2 purity seals? There they are. In case anyone's wondering what I mean, it's these 2 little things stuck in there, which you can only just see because I've gone over it with white. Hopefully you can see them a bit better now. At least one of them. Where's the other one gone? Okay, now that I've painted that, I can't actually see the other one. I'm sure there was 2 in there. Or am I just going nuts? I must be losing my marbles or something, because there is no... All right, backseat painter. Just because you think I've lost my marbles years ago. This is the abuse I get at home. I say I think I've lost my marbles. I get confirmation from behind me. Yeah, you lost them. I don't know. I did forget a bit of black, because his hand, which is holding the gun, is also armoured. See, nobody pointed that bit out to me. So, there we go. I know what I forgot to do. Oh, I'm a dick. Okay, you're going to have to give me about 60 seconds, I hope. Let's open that. And that's why we need it to be open. Then we right click, copy, go back into there, and and I'll be the first one to put something in there. And oh god, I've got to go through a load of these now. When you're doing self-promotion, you're supposed to do all this before you go live, not afterwards. Have I got everywhere now? Yes, I think I did. I don't know. If I've not, then tough. If I haven't, then well, hey, I've got everywhere. I've lost. I said 60 seconds. Come on, guys, you can wait 60 seconds. Right, so that's I think is all the work done. Okay, so seeing as the black's the main thing for him, this is his main color. Weapon done. Let's move on to ivory, so I can then start filling in the actual parchments and anything that needs to be white. And I don't like using pure titanium white. I never have. The pigment density on it is just way too thick. So I'll always tend towards an ivory or a slightly off-white. I just find it go on a lot easier than pure white does. And yes, for anyone wondering, I am painting this without any magnifiers and without anything to help my eyesight, including the glasses that I'm supposed to wear. So those thinking, I can't see crap, this one doesn't matter, you can still paint. Providing you don't do what I've just done and put a big splodge right where you don't want it. Otherwise, it doesn't work very well and it looks out of place. Come on, get it off. Get it. Fine. If you want to play those games, I've got a Q-tip. Do one. See, who wins? Me or the paint? It's me. Do you know why? I've got opposable thumbs and chemicals. I know, not every day you hear someone arguing with paint, is it? Well, maybe not for some of you lot. My missus, on the other hand, yes, is Art Monkey. Okay. Are you alright, Art? Oh, you just sat there with microphone, camera, anything? I don't think I've ever spoke to you on panel. I've spoke to you quite a few. I've spoken to you in the chat. I'm aware of you, so yeah, jump up. Oh, don't. Your choice. Your choice. However, you are up on the screen if you decide to remedy either of those. In fact, I'll wait till you've remedied those and then I'll put you up. Private. Okay, that's no worries. No worries, mate. No worries. So I'm back to chat comments because otherwise I can't read what's going on. Right, so blue and red are done. Gold or silver? Well, I say silver, lead belcher. Oh, that's not good, man. That's not good. Especially if you enjoy something like something so finicky like either crystal cutting, miniature painting, scale modeling, anything like that. Really, you can, if your eyes start to go, you can compensate with magnifiers and things like that. But as soon as your hands start to go properly, then no, you can't carry on really. Which, touch wood, I'm all right at the minute. But yeah, I'm making most of it while I can, shall we say, just in case one day I ever end up in that situation myself. Don't know if I will or not. Hopefully I won't. But hey, you might as well get it done while you can. No point waiting for the point where you can't do it anymore. Okay, so don't put the paint right where you're going to knock it over like you usually do, you blithering idiot. And we want silver. Now, we know he has... Oh, could you just come out of there for a minute? And clear patch. Clear patch. There we go. There's a clear patch. Trying to find a bit of a clean spot on my wet palette isn't going too well. Art's disappeared. Thank you for popping up anyway, Arch. Arch? Calling him Arch then. I don't think he'll like that if he knows who it is. Oh, he might do, actually. I don't know. Well, he's rather specific to this. Or was rather specific to this hobby. So, anyway. I think these are called greaves or pauldrons. I can't remember what they're called. So I'm going to call them shoulder pads because, well, they are shoulder pads. Oh, what a shame you can fall back on being a pilot. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh damn, I can't cut crystals anymore. So I'm going to fly around the world instead. Oh my god. At least you get to do something else that you love. That's a good thing. And if you're enjoying it, especially because the pay's good, you usually enjoy it, then yeah, good on you, man. Although, is it you who were gonna try and get Blake on a plane? Just out of curiosity, CV. Fly him over through Canada, over the tops through Greenland, come down through Northern Europe. I'm sure he'd love it. Apart from the fear of flying bit. I've got a feeling that's a bit of residue that I didn't want on there. That is definitely a bit of residue I didn't want on there. And there's a hair on my wet palette. Absolutely wonderful. BC. Oh my god, thank you very much. You are the only person I actually directly sent the link to before I even started. Thank you for joining me, my friend.
Right.
Just right.
1 sec, Lass.
No worries.
Lass, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Fuck, I am talking to Captain right now on his stream, private stream.
You're talking to Captain on his
Yeah,
private
and
stream
he says hi. Do you say hi to him, Captain? No, he said go fuck yourself. He's not saying hi to you.
He's just gutted because I can. So how you doing, mate? Are you okay? Oh,
Good,
I mean,
man.
you're in the middle of two conversations at the minute. This is just going to be really weird.
I'm watching him play Dead Space right now.
Ah.
He's stuck, though. It's terrible.
See, I was going to watch him, but then I realised that I don't think I'd done a stream this year. So I thought I better do one at least.
Oh, shit.
Nearly at the end of February. It's like, yeah, I'm pushing this a bit close on this one.
Okay, lads, I'll come back. This is hard as fuck to do with two conversations. I'll come back, buddy.
No worries, mate. No worries.
Okay.
So, thank you very much for CB and BC, because both the pair of you just confuse me sometimes. It really is confusing sometimes when you've got one person called CB and one person called BC. And they're both more than happy to sit there for you and have one for you. And so you end up having two at a time, and it's quite, I'm not feeling the effects of any. It's weird. It's definitely a weird sensation. As far as I'm aware, Captain is actually running his own stream right now, running Dead Space, as BC's just told us. And he is stuck. I've seen that new Dead Space, though. And compared to the old one, oh, Jesus, that new one puts the willies out on me. Scares the crap out of me. No, that's not fun. That's not fun. I mean, it probably is once you've got past the point where you've finished shiting yourself and you're no longer worried about that thing crawling across the floor coming to eat your kneecaps, and you've got to a nice safe point, then it probably becomes enjoyable. But while you're playing, no. Jeez, that thing scared the living snot out of me. how Captain's playing it. It's like, I don't, yeah. He's playing it in a dark room as well. It's just, what? Are you mental, mate? There's no need to answer that one. We all already know the answer to it, which is yes. See, I've got to keep looking up now because that's twice people have popped up and I've not clocked them. Well, I have clocked them, but it's took me a second because, well, I'm using my head as a solar panel with my light. So all the silvery bits painted silver. Oh, I actually got that on camera. If I drop it off camera, feel free to shout at me in chat. Not that you can shout in chat, but give me an eye, get it back on camera. Yeah, and stop hitting the frigging light with your brush. Come on, you've been doing this for over a year now. You should be better than this. He says. Yes, you've been doing this for a hell of a lot longer than a year now. I just mean the YouTube bit. Painting these things for what some people would classify as a lifetime. Yeah, see, I do have some. I was about to say commission pieces. They're not actually commission pieces. It's my friend's too lazy to paint his own model, so he's asked me to do it. I do have some of those, but I've put them off for the time being because I'm not feeling up to it. I'm not feeling like I'm in the right frame of mind to sit there and do work for somebody else to this level of detail. I say this level of detail. There's not much detail I've painted on here yet, but I will be getting there. So let's move those two out of the way for a second. And next, so we have that. We have what is essentially all the silver bits done, is it? It can't be all the silver. No, it's not. I've missed a bit. See, told you it's not all the silver. Get in those joints and crevices and shoulder thingies. And can I get to the back of his knees? Nope. Can I get to the ones on the inside of that arm? No. So, hey presto, that is the silver done. Woo, yeah. See, my actual camera is in the way of the bit where I see who else has popped in. So, if I do that, it's because I'm seeing if there's anyone wanting to come and talk to me, really. I know, it makes me sound really lonely and sad, doesn't it? Well, guess what? I am. Well, I'm not. I'm not lonely. I'm not sad. I just don't like listening to my own voice. I heard it earlier. I went back to listen to the Eclectic Beard's last live stream where he did his 100k celebration. And right at the end, he asked me to come up, and I heard my own voice, and I was not happy about hearing my own voice when I went back to watch it. It sounds horrible. How are you lot listening? I have no idea. I do not have a purdy voice. No, I want that one again because I want gold this time. There be gold in Thunder Hills. And this is going to be a pain to get on here. Don't go to the feral. Do not go to the feral. Ah, cool. Got it. Didn't go to the feral. So the little wingy bit. Always gets done gold. It's just getting those tips there. They are really difficult to get when they. But overall, that's not looking too bad. He says. Could look a lot better, and it will do once I've got a wash onto it and then got a highlight colour on it. But for now, the flat gold will do. It is also on a very, very old and worn metal model, so I'm very surprised it's managed to keep as much of the detail as it has, but still, I couldn't get it 100% clear, so there are some clog points where there's little bits of paint in nooks and crannies that I just really couldn't be bothered sitting there with a toothpick or something small and sharp just to poke it out. So if I'm just going to move my light for a second so I can try and see if I've actually got the bit that I needed. Yep, I did. I got it in that. Just about. This section of his scabbard. Which is very, very tiny. I've already just actually noticed it. So that's one of the problems with as I'm going through. I end up noticing details that I missed previously or didn't notice as I was coming through with the primer. It's just not easy. Every letter has 28 colours. Okay, you completely lost me on that one, CV. Completely lost me. What do you mean every letter has 28 colours? I'm not firing on all cylinders tonight, so don't use complicated words like and or it or because or Anfield Road layout. Lee, how you doing, man?
Not too bad, Lars. How's yourself?
I'm not too bad at all, mate. I'm not too bad at all. As I said, I've had a bit of a bad day today, which means tonight I should be okay. It's usually how it works out.
I've been working on. I've just come from watching a stream. I've just been watching the crafting stream. I was watching. So a friend of mine that does a load of kit building.
Oh, cool.
Just been watching that, and I'm building at the moment. I'm out of matches at the moment.
Go on, bring it up. Let's have a look.
I'm not releasing nothing because it's for a video.
Oh, no
I'm
sneaky
not
peeks.
gonna. It's not gonna be a spoiler. I'm working on a big video as we speak.
Right. Okay. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. I've done the same thing. I've been working on projects that I'm not allowed to. I wasn't allowed to divulge. I'm allowed to divulge it now because, well, he made me come up on stream and divulge it for him.
Yeah.
So I could tell. I can actually bring it up now if I wanted to. But
yeah, I like. Yeah. Oh, William would like what you're painting now.
I know. Well, this is the 1998 edition.
He'd love it. He'd love what you paint.
Oh, I know.
he loves what he's doing at the moment. I'm not live now till Sunday. I'm not doing a midweek one this week. I've got too much on with it being Jackie's birthday as well. I'm not real. This is the first time I've been in the hobby room today.
Hobby room. You keep rubbing that bit in, don't you? You've got a hobby room.
It is a hobby.
Dedicated. A whole room dedicated to hobbying.
Yeah, dedicated to the hobby room. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you've got your loft as well,
Yeah,
which
and
is also
I've been,
dedicated to the hobby.
yeah, but the loft, I've actually been doing some filming of that. I've got that. I've got to edit that video. I've just come off Canva now, making a thumbnail for a video. I've just finished doing a video yesterday of weathering. Let's see.
Oh,
if I can
nice.
find- Oh, it's downstairs.
Speaking
Bear
of
with.
weathering, I actually had to educate someone the other day regarding pigment powders.
Oh,
They actually turned around to me and said, "Do you know if you add water, it turns into paint?" And I did. Literally, it was a, "Are you kidding me? Do you actually realize what it is?
yeah,
Pigment powder is just paint dried and ground up."
yeah. My,
I didn't.
I
Oh,
do the same. In that tub there is pastel
yeah. Just no
ground up.
them cheap kids
Yeah,
pastel paints. Yeah, one of those pestle and mortar, crunch, crunch, crunch into a tub,
yeah.
and then bit of a makeup brush.
Oh
Done.
yeah. Weathering. I've got a good weathering. Bear with me a minute. I'm just going to run downstairs and I'll go.
No worries. I'm just going to brighten these bits up that I want the gold to shine a little bit more, and the bits where I need to, like the ropes and the other ivory pieces that I need to essentially light base coat. And if you don't like base coat, then it's putting putting a color over a dark color makes it darker, of course. So if you light base coat, it makes it much easier for the color to go over. Problem is now I've got to wait for the damn thing to dry. So stay there while I have some brew. The other issue I'm going to have with this model is getting that hand back on there, because I'm going to have to pin it. And I don't have a manual pin vise. I only have a Dremel, which means I'm going to have to do a very low speed and be extra careful. Those of you who know me, I'm not that good at being careful. So that's going to be the fun day. And we have Lee back with a muted microphone for a start. And it looks to be doing something. I wonder what he's doing. No, I'm just going to try washing that cloak, you know. I'm just going to give that cloak a wash and see if it works out. Oh, that's a big bottle of pop. That is far too big bottle of pop. That's like diabetes in a bottle type pop. Oh, where's my crap brush gone? That's actually all right. That's my size 5. Oh, I've got 2 size 5s. That'll do. I'll use a size 5 then. It's just a size 5.
I am back.
Welcome back, mate. Welcome back.
Yeah, I'll get the. This is a video I'm bringing out Monday anyway. I've just done the thumbnail for it.
Okay, okay. Well, you don't have to give spoilers. Just don't give spoilers.
No, I don't mind, because it's actually a video that's coming out on a weathering video.
Oh, cool.
This, oh God, I need to turn the camera. It helps if I turn the camera off.
Right, I'll put you on the big one for now.
Yeah, I'm just messing.
Oh no, I saw you doing these the other day. These were quite interesting.
This is actually I've used War Scenics weathering powders.
I meant the stones in the back.
Yeah, yeah.
I saw you doing them the other day. That was quite impressive.
Yeah. But this is a yodel. I'd said I'd never weather. I've ended up weathering it with the WW Scenics weathering powders. I said I'd never weather it, and I am made up with the weathering powders. You can use, they are brilliant weathering powders, the WW Scenics weathering powders. They are.
Okay, so you recommend them over Mix then?
Yes, I'll get them. Let me just go over to my drawer and get one.
Because obviously, anyone who's watching this thinking weathering powders, what are weathering powders? It's basically
Yeah.
putting dirt on it.
Yeah. And there,
Okay, WWS weathering
Scenics.
powders. Where did you get them from?
WWS.
Oh, so they're the only place that stock them.
Yeah, they're the WWS ones. Yeah, because the Woodland Scenics weathering powders. I won them in a competition.
Oh, sweet.
There's
I
there
can't
were
buy them from like anywhere like Element Games or anywhere that would do something.
Woodland
similar.
Scenics have got a website. On that video, there will be a link in the description for
Cool.
who stocks them, because that's what I'm doing with some of my videos now. I'm actually trying to link where you get them from, but I have got a video coming out. Bear with me. I'm going back over to the
Raw. Damn it, you didn't bear with me. You're supposed to go raw. If you're going to bear with someone, you go raw and pretend to be a bear.
Basically, you can make your own weathering powders out of soft pastels.
Yep. Well, as long as we've got a set of, you know, when you get that, a big multi-pack set of kids' colours and stuff like that. A
Yeah.
huge one in the cupboard back there that I intend to one day grind down. Whether I get around to it or not is a different matter. I intend to one day do it.
Yeah, and all I don't even use the varnish for sealing that. I haven't used the varnish. I've used Mod Podge.
Yep. Well, they started selling it in the works now, which is good for me.
Yes, Mod Podge is sold in the works, but I don't get it from there. I go Hobbycraft.
Right, I've not got a Hobbycraft near me. The closest I've got the works in the town centre right near me, and then if I want anything like that, I've got to go straight into Manchester.
Yeah.
If I want any of the bigger
Yeah,
stuff like
I
Red
know,
House
I wasn't going to say exactly where you are. I've got a parcel getting sent out to Manchester tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
I've got it here to send out.
Ooh.
I've got a parcel a little something to send out someone with a sticker in it as well.
Is that a prize winner, or?
No, it's actually been sent to me from another one that's I'm in contact with. It's Engage Speed Bumps. I've got to send them to this other guy that's got a layout. So I'm sending them from one person to the other one out to him.
So you're acting as the intermediary.
Yeah, basically it's Daz that's been in my streams. It's getting sent out to him.
Oh, okay. I think Daz up there. I mean, in the chat rather than.
Yeah. Daz that's been in my stream. I'm sending it out to him. I got it via PW.
Oh,
I've got
nice of
another parcel. I've got another parcel coming Friday off Pete. I've actually got a parcel coming off Pete getting sent out on Friday actually, but that'll be done in another video.
And another one.
Yeah.
You put too many videos out, you mate. You're putting me to shame.
I've actually got in the bank. I've got 3 videos. I've got a third. I've got to start recording. I've got a 3-part video of the allotment I'm working on. I've done the car park. I've done the grassed area. I'm just starting to do the growing area where the spuds are and everything. I've got that's in the hobby room layout that I'm working on.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff.
I love what I do. I love what I do.
We've got to, mate. Otherwise, we don't do it.
No, we don't. We don't. And I'm coming to an. Basically, for me, I've only got May, June, end of May, beginning of June. I'll be off YouTube till September again.
Oh, you're going back onto the
Festivals.
sites, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll be going back onto festivals. That's what I do and everything. You can take me off big now, Lars.
Oh yeah, I can't. Sorry.
It's okay. I bought
Sorry,
myself.
mate.
I bought myself some new brushes a couple of days ago.
Did you go cheap and cheerful, or have you gone and gone like
Cheap and
Windsor and
cheerful.
Newton?
No, cheap and cheerful. And have a guess where it was?
Poundland.
Yeah. They're decent brushes, actually. I'll show you them. Over here.
Well, I'm using a Kolinsky at the moment, but I've also got the Boldmire ones from the works as well. So I'm quite happy using reasonable standard brushes alongside
These look decent brushes, to be honest. Look at the nib. Look at them.
Oh, that's not bad actually. It looks a little bit separated, but is that a brand new brush? Has that been dipped in anything yet? Any preserver?
No, I haven't used them. I'm not a flat brush. What name are they? Dalla Roni from Poundland. A number 2 and a number 6 flat, round, and a number 2 round and number 6 flat.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. No chiseled?
No. They do, mate.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I do not snub at good cheap brushes. Good cheap brushes are awesome. I mean, I've got a Boldmere. I've got 2 Boldmere 5s. I've got a Boldmere. What size is that one?
The best brushes I like using are makeup brushes.
For dry brushing, they are some of the better ones. I've got a 1/2 inch Boldmere flat.
Yeah.
Which works absolutely brilliant for dry brushing.
Yeah, I don't really. I'm just working on a video at the moment. There'll be a video coming out about it. Weathering with the salt method.
Okay, I'm gonna have to wait for the video. I don't want you to spoil it. I'll watch that video.
There's a lot out there on doing stuff though for it. I'm still experimenting with it. It's mainly you don't use table salt. You use the sea salt because it's bigger granules.
Oh, so you want the texture from the salt as opposed to?
Yeah.
Right, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, you want the texture, and you could do it with any. You could probably do it on bases, because I don't know if you follow Terrain Tutor.
I don't subscribe, but I do go check him out every now and again because he's good.
Yes, he is. He is good.
In fairness, he's probably one of the best on YouTube.
Yeah, well, he's only Stockport.
Is he?
Yeah, he's only Stockport.
That's not far from either one of us, really, is it?
No, it's not.
Well, he's closer to me than it is you, but
yeah, he is. He's closer to you than he is me, because that's where the studio is. But he's thingy. Do you watch Geek?
Luke at Geek Gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. I watched him since his Luke's Affordable Paint Service days.
Yeah. Who's the other one? Do you watch Black Magic Craft?
Black Magic Craft, and there's another one. Black Magic Craft, a Twisted.
Yeah, Black Magic Craft. Yeah, Black Magic Craft does a live stream before I go live on a Sunday.
Where are all the others? Because the amount of, for painting, I watched Ninja, and I've got Blackjack Legacy.
Yeah.
MS Paint, Geek Gaming, Scenic 52.
Yeah, Geek Gaming. Geek Gaming just brought another new video recently out. Good one that I quite liked.
Well, that was one where he went over how he does his boards and how to texture his boards separately and
yes, yeah. That was it. That was an interesting one, because I get a lot of ideas from the gaming ones like that, the 4K and the 4K stuff. I do get a lot of ideas for boards. I mix a lot. I mix sanding with polyfiller and everything to get the textures good.
Well, I've got a tub of Mod Podge at the moment. At the moment, it's got some flour,
Yeah,
small amount of sand, and black paint in it.
yeah,
And
yeah.
it just goes on as a nice, like, concrete covering.
Yes,
Just
yeah,
gives you that
it does.
slightly rougher, because the
Yeah,
flour just gives it a very, very sandy finish, and then
yeah.
a little bit more coarseness in it, and you get that rough
I'll give you a
texture.
sneak peek. Let me. Is it this
No,
camera?
no.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
I'll
going to
see you
give
on
you a
Monday.
sneak peek of something.
Fine, then I'm putting you up big.
Basically, this is where I'm working on at the moment, the allotment.
Okay.
And you can see that
losing
there is actually sand and polyfiller.
Ah.
That is there, and then I've just coated it today with PBA glue.
Just to give it a bit more toughness and sturdiness.
Yeah, and that is ready to start doing a scenic on it. Just a quick glimpse. I don't mind giving teasers. I don't hide nothing with my channel.
Well, in my case, I had to hide this
Yeah.
because this was something I wasn't working on. For me, this was from... Right, I've got one person in, so this was for a channel called The Eclectic Beard.
Oh yeah.
He's a reaction channel, isn't he? It doesn't have anything to do with the hobby specifically. Essentially, what was designed for him is a shield.
Oh nice.
Now, this is just a rough version. This is just the template so I can get the colours right.
Yeah, it's just basically a tester.
Yeah, but as he wanted it fluorescent pink around the outside, and then brighter blue in the middle and fading out into meeting the black, but still being blue on the E and the B.
Yeah.
So you can still just about make out it is blue there.
Yeah, it
Even
is,
though
yeah.
when I put it flat, it does blend quite well into the black.
Oh, you know that thing we talked about on Twitter? I've got a friend that's looking out for helping me involved in that one, you know, the parts you're looking for.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
It's a friend of mine that builds a lot of kits. I've got him involved.
Well, it is a very specific kit that I'm after, which is...
Yeah, he'll find it if it's available. He'll find it. There's a big.
Oh, it's available. I've seen it available.
Yeah. He will find it. There's a cut. There's I've seen. I think you've seen the guys that are involved with in my chat. Mark Mods,
Yep.
Alex. It's that community I'm involved with, and they are a good community to be involved with.
Awesome. Thank you very much for that reach out.
Hey,
yeah.
we're all a community. We all come together.
Well, we kind of have to because the rest of the world looks down on us.
Yeah, we do, Lars.
Look at them looking at the game that they're playing. Yeah, but we're having more fun than you have, so go away.
Yeah, I'm literally next couple of days. I've got some big launches coming on the channel.
Ooh, see, that sounds ominous.
All I'll say is there's a lot of changes coming to the channel. I've got, put it this way, I've got Amazon. There's going to be another way to help me out on the channel.
Oh, you put your wish list up now, haven't you?
My wish list has always been up, but I don't really promote it. But I've got another way now as well. I'm bringing another way into it as well. I'm going to be... There's an option called Buy Me a Coffee. I'm going to...
Oh, yeah, I've seen that on a couple.
Yeah, I'm going to... Yeah, you can do it, not just buy you a coffee. It can buy you something for helping you with your hobby.
Yeah.
I'm going to interact that with it. I've got some big ideas coming to the channel. They'll just slowly be wormed in. I'm taking time to work on a lot of things. That's why I don't. And basically, sometimes now I'm not up on a lot of panels. I've cut down being up on panels. I seen you alive and I was at a loose end, so I thought I'll call up to have a hangout with you.
Thank you very much.
It's okay, Lars.
It does. I must admit, it does get a little bit
It does. It do.
when
It
you've only got
does.
yourself to talk to.
It
You find
does.
yourself
It does. It does get a
listening.
lot. It does get. It does get thingy because I like when I do my hangout. I've always either got Dragon or William. I can go live on my own, but it's not the same. I actually Sunday can't. But if I go live, I just hit live sometimes and go live. I'm hoping to do a live one day next week. Off the cuff, it's going to be an off the cuff live one day next week. I'm not sure what day yet. I'm waiting on a project to come through the post. Once that project comes through the post, I'll be going live with it. So
I've spilt a bit.
hello, Mandy.
Mandy, did you check out the Tandy Toxic program? Is that for me or for Lee?
I don't know. It's probably for. It's for
It could be for either one of us.
I know it could be with Mandy. Yeah, I remember. I've seen her in the chat before.
Sandy Toxic. I don't watch the television.
Yeah, I don't. I've got a television in here, but I'm in the proceed of moving me bigger tower over to get me bigger tower sorted so I can run ABS. Then I'm gonna have. I've got 6 cameras going on in this room. That
Bloody hell, mate. Bloody hell. I've got 2. Well, I've got one on the phone.
yeah.
One on the phone.
Yeah, I love what I do.
Well, we kind of have to in this hobby.
Oh
otherwise-
yeah, we do.
Otherwise, it just gets tedious so quickly. Now, I'm still at a loss of what to do with this cape.
That's on a Citadel bottle.
It is on a Citadel bottle. You're right. It's on the.
I have only got one Citadel paint, and it's the Blood Guard. It's the Blood Guard paint.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I've got 17 just on my desk.
I've got
18,
the only one
19,
I possess.
22, 23.
The only one I possess is the Citadel Blood Guard colour.
Blood for the Blood God.
Yeah,
Conrad.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
I use that for it's good for certain stuff. I'm actually want to look at using inks as well for doing stuff as well.
I didn't want to use my speed paints.
I'm not a fan of the speed paints, to be honest.
I don't like the reactivation.
No, they're not. I don't like the reactivation. I've got 2 of them, and they're not.
Oh, right. That great big tiny design thing. I didn't watch it because my friend who makes the scale houses got ripped off on on one of the programs from the BBC. They wanted to buy one of the houses for the show, and he said to them, "Don't go through eBay. Come through me, because eBay charges a crap load of extras."
Yeah, they do.
So what the BBC did is they went through eBay.
Yeah.
So I've refused to watch the model program that they've got on out of principle for my friend.
Yeah.
So that's why I've not watched, even though I saw it and I thought, oh, that's something I want to watch. I've not watched it because they screwed over my mate. You don't screw over
Yeah,
me.
it's not. It's not.
Expect me to watch it.
No.
And everyone just logs out at that point and just goes, "No, I'm not watching you then."
Yeah, exactly. They're all the same.
Well, yeah, the miniature realtor, he got ripped off on that one.
Yeah.
I keep asking him to come up here with me, but he says no. every time. He says no.
Yeah. It's like Dragon. Dragon doesn't show her face that comes on my streams. I know what she looks like, but no one else does.
Yep. No, that's fine. I mean, I understand that some people don't like to go up on and have the face on camera. I understand that.
I was like that when I first started my channel, and then all of a sudden, I showed my face, but it varies sometimes.
You see, I've never been one to be shy. I'm
I'm not.
despite I'm not. What's the opposite of an introvert? Extrovert. Right. Yeah. I'm not an extrovert, but I'm certainly not an introvert.
That's what I'm building. That's what I'm building at the moment.
Park benches.
Yeah, out of matches.
See, I knew exactly what that was.
Yeah, I'm actually building a picnic bench as well.
Oh, so you're gonna have the table in the middle.
Yeah, table in the middle and the two benches built off the table. I'm just on it in the planning situation at the moment.
See, I've built one of them in real life. They're not fun.
Yeah, I'm
I
building.
don't mean the
one
miniature size, but I mean the full size ones that you can actually sit at.
Yeah, I'm building them in a miniature size. And they're not fun to build. Scratch building is not fun.
You see,
Hi,
I don't.
Beck. Beaky.
You're right, Beaky. Or Buzzard, whichever one. No, I usually call you Buzzard. I don't know why I just called you Beaky. Everyone else calls you Beaky. I call you Buzzard. I do not know why, but it's me. I'm quirky. I'm weird, and yeah. Keep an eye out, because as far as I'm aware, that link is still in the YouTube. So just keep an eye out in case people pop up. But please do not be camera shy if you wish to pop up. We at least have a voice on.
Yeah.
Am I getting echo from somewhere? I think I am.
Let's go and see if I've got me. I ain't got my YouTube open. No, my YouTube's muted.
It's these headphones because the microphone's so close to the headphone.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I mean, my partner pointed out a desk mic, which, in fairness, would be a lot better.
There's my. Oh, you can't see it. There's my mic.
No, the one she was looking at was
What was she looking at?
something a little bit bigger.
She was looking at the snowballs.
No, I've used. What's it called? I'm gonna have to go look for it.
Oh, I know.
Okay,
The snowball's a good one. I like the lapel mic. What I use. That's you. I've got it on a USB adapter, so it plugs in. Is the lid open? You've just had Citadel go everywhere.
Thank you for noticing. Oh, right now I know where the echo's coming from. It's coming from my missus behind me. And that was my snake bite leather. That's 2 pots of contrast that have gone flying today. One by me and one by the cat. Thank you for spotting
Not what
that,
you
Lee.
wanted. Not what you wanted. I bet you there wasn't much in that either.
Quite the opposite. It was nearly full.
Oh, you've lost a load.
I have lost absolutely shed loads. I have lost more than I thought I actually owned. He's gone over the mouse, man. See, look at all that. Right, let's move my mouse well out of the way.
Yeah, move your mouse. You need to get wet wipes or something. Get the spillage set up. Change. That's not what you wanted on the live stream.
More of a condenser mic was what she was looking for me. The ones, the ones that look like studio mics, long, thin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those types.
You've got a bit of colour to your cutting mat now.
Just a lot of greens, browns, greys.
Mine's the same. Mine's the same, to be honest. Look at the state of mine. I've got everything all over it. I've got my new one down there. I've never used it.
It was not me the first time. Mrs. is saying that it was probably me the first time that went over. It was not me the first time. It was gone over before I'd come back to my desk.
Now I'm getting phoned by the other half.
Get off that
Well-
Mancunians live stream.
No, it won't be that. It's because it's her birthday. I said to her, I've spent most of the day not on the streams today, so I was in the hobby room for a bit. I thought I'd jump up for a bit. Oh, I'm gonna have to probably
I was
jump off.
just more thinking should want you off the stream with me.
No,
Bloody
she's
Manchester
fine.
United fan, get him off.
No, she's fine. I've got things I need to do. She probably wants the dog letting out. So I'm gonna jump off anyway, Lars.
No problem,
Thanks
mate.
for
I'm gonna deal
letting
with
me.
this.
Yeah, it's a good job I noticed it. Thank you for letting me come up for a bit, Lars, and I may be in chat for a bit. I'll see how it goes, and I'll probably see you have a good rest of the evening, and I'll see you. Have you spoke to Angie at all?
Not recently, but I've not been up at that time slot.
Yeah, I've spoke to her. I've spoke to her off panel. She's doing okay.
I spoke to her a little bit because there was a picture I wanted to send to her,
Yeah.
which I have done now.
Yeah, I've been speaking to her like.
I'm just going to put that under there and just hope it absorbs it now.
It will do. It will do. But thank you for letting me come up, Lars. And I hope you have a rest of the good evening. And I'll see you. I'll probably be in the chat anyway. I'll see everyone again. Mandy,
Buzzard
Buzzy,
TV.
everyone that's in the chat. All press the like button. It helps with the analytics for Lars. And if you're not subscribed to anyone that's out there that's got content, subscribe to them. It helps with their channels. So
Did you
thank you.
you just promote my channel for subscription? Forget everything he's just said. Don't subscribe to my channel. Don't do anything you don't want to do. Live your life the way you want it.
Hey, I you know I'm joking with you, Lars.
I know.
You have a good day anyway, mate, and I'll see you again, mate. Thank you for letting me
I will
come
try
up.
and get up. I'll at least into your chat room on your next one if I can't get up.
Yeah. Yeah, you know you're more than welcome, mate. You know you're always welcome.
If I can get up, what I'll do is I'll send you a message via the usual method.
Yeah. That's fine, mate. That's fine. It is fine. So I'll speak to you whenever, mate. You take it easy. If I hear anything over that kit, is there much left in it?
Very, very little bit.
Oh my god, a brand new tub gone.
Yep. That was not what I wanted.
Especially, it's near enough £4.
Yep.
5 are down the drain.
Well, this was not too bad because this got sent to me free of charge from a subscriber called Ezra. He sent me that, so it didn't cost me anything, luckily.
Yeah, but you've lost it now.
I'm going to have to replace it, so now it's going to cost me.
Yeah.
Which I am not happy about. I don't like spending money, especially when it's...
Well, I'm actually, to be honest, I'm looking forward to what I'm getting the next couple of days. I'm going to go and buy the Citadel craft knife.
What, the new one?
Yes.
Right, no, don't. Give me a second.
Why? What are you going to say? Well, have you got it?
I've used Citadel craft knives. I've used quite a few of them. I have broken every single one. So do you want to know what I use now?
Go on.
Solid metal. just a metal handle, weighty as hell. Yep, that is better than your than the GW Craft knife.
Yeah. I've got that one as well. I've got the XL.
Well, I've got a rotary one, so you can, so you can have it in your hand as well as put
I've
all the
got that
things and drill
one
bits
from
in.
Hobby. I've got that one from Hobbycraft.
Yep, those ones, the metal handled ones. I've got that as an entire set, so I've got sharpening stone and bloody all sorts with it.
I'll tell
Which is
you
a
which
nice little
other
set.
good ones are good. I'll show you now.
Nice little set to have a
Have you seen that one?
which one? Oh yeah, an actual scalpel.
Yeah, the scalpels, blades. Problem, they're a twat, so pardon my language. They're a
Don't worry, you're my
pain.
dream, mate.
They're a pain to try and put the blades in. You snap
Yeah,
the
'cause
blades.
Yeah, because they
I
have
slice-
to hook onto there.
Yeah,
You've got to
I've
slip it
sliced
in
my
and-
finger. I've sliced my finger with them. I'll
Oh,
tell you
more
what's worth the money. I've
Well.
got the Poundland ones.
No, you see, the blades are fine. What I wanted more out of this one is that
Yeah.
I wanted the sharpening block.
Yeah, I don't. Once my craft knives blades are blunt, mine get binned. I don't sharpen them again.
Say that again.
I never sharpen my blades. I bin them.
Right, no, certain ones I like.
Yeah,
Like, for instance,
I've had
the
too much
flat one.
mishaps. Yeah, I've had too much mishaps with blades that I've sharpened, and I won't do it again. The what blades I buy new is a hook blade. I won't sharpen a hook blade.
You won't.
No. 'Cause
No,
I've literally sliced my finger with the hook blade.
Yeah, they are dangerous, but I mean, I've got scars on my thumb back there from that's from
Yeah.
racking and stuff. So that's right down
Yeah.
to the bone. Stitched it
Yeah.
together myself. It was alright
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah, I suppose I better jump off anyway because I need to go and get this upload done of the thumbnail.
Video
That's
editing.
So thanks for having me again, Lars. And I'll
no
see you
problem.
again, mate. And you have a good evening. And I'll see you around. Bye for
You
now.
See you in a bit. Thank you for coming up,
Bye.
Lee.
No problem.
Oh, well, that's just reminding me that I do actually need to sharpen some of the blades to clean some of these up. Thank you so much for my cup of tea. So yeah, I'm gonna sharpen this blade because it does actually need sharpening, and it is my favorite blade. It's just my favorite blade. So a quick going over, and then de-bevel the edges. Right, no, I'm definitely getting that now. I'm going to turn that down. If I turn it all the way down, it doesn't matter then. So I don't need to be listening at the same time. Because, well, there's no one to talk to me. Remove that bevel. And are you going to work? Oh, yeah, you were fine. Good. Right. So that's not that problem solved while I've let this dry. So this dry. Close the lid. Not a problem, steadily, not a problem. I did say when I started this that I put the link up. Those people who feel comfortable enough that they would come up with me because they've spoken to me enough and actually think that I'll let them up, then feel free to click the link. Obviously, Lee, I've been on panel a few times, so that won't be a problem. There are a few other people that should know that they can click that link quite happily, not have any problems with me inviting them up. I can't get my stone back. Should I get my Whetstone back in? Quick. Move that out of the way. No one else was ever going to be able to get hold of it. So now that I'm back onto it, and I'm watching out this. I see that's the contract. I was going to use that for the parchments. But I'm not too sure now. I'm really not too sure. It's going to have to be a wash, so I'm going to have to. There's the Lyle. I need to find the Magrat Earthshade. So I can use that as opposed to the contrast paint, which I've got all over my desk. It wasn't a mandate. It wasn't a come up because you have to. If you feel comfortable and if you wish to, obviously, I'm not just going to let Tom, Dick, or Harry up. I'm going to have to have spoken to you first. I'm going to have to have a little clue who you are. I'm going to have to do a bit of camera to see where I'm talking. So yeah, I won't just let any random joke go up. Nope, that's another Magrat blue. I've got a lot of Magrat. There's another Magrat. Where's all my washes gone? No, seriously. Where's all my washes? Rycroft Fletchade. Athonian Camel green. Green Fletchade. What are you? No Nile Shade. No Nile Shade. I want Magrat Earthshade. A bad and black. Where are her? Oh, my Agrax. This is the problem with having everything in one place. That if anything gets slightly not done, I end up losing things because they're not in the gold, black, blue, highlight gold, brown, green, more blue. I am looking for Agrax Earthshade 1. But for some reason, I can't find Agrax Earthshade 1. Please tell me Crusader skin. You're gonna nope. Sterling Mud, Astro Granite, blue. Far too many that's around here right now. Look, I'm gonna have to use it, and I don't want to have to. He's gonna have to be Crusader. Yes, I can move. I've got my more. Last bit I had in the pot, I put into a glass jar Sprugu, which I'm going to have to because hopefully the Sprugu a tiny bit of Crusade. That way it shouldn't be too dark against the brown. But it should give some colour of the parchment. Without being too yeah, there we go. So like yeah, so now you see the parchment slightly different tone, even though they're both kind of brown. Any more parchment? These have a lot of parchment. No, but I am going to stick a bit of that just to help out. I want to do the same chest as well because that was flat. Very flat. Now, the annoying thing being able to find my accurate first. Okay. Have I still got an echo? I should not have. It's coming through the TV. But my monitor's muted. You can hear it from there. Or can you hear it from there? Right. I'm going to just. That's no. Mute that mic. Does that solve the problem?
No.
So muting that mic does not solve the problem. So where's it coming from then? Let's change that to there. Does that solve the problem? Still not solve the problem. Okay, why am I having issues? Is it coming out of them? Right, it's the headphones that are. Now let's try it. Perfect, right. So it's the headphones that are plugged into that camera. Because that's my phone, so I have to put headphones in so I can reduce the sound. And I forgot to turn the sound down. So who wants to say it before I do? Lazarus is a dick. Right, where was I up to before it's had to go through a load of echo cancellation? I was up to here with the fact that I can't find my Across Earthshade. Which means I've probably left it somewhere, but I've got more than one tub of it, so where on earth could it be? And I need that for my gold. Your blues, you're bright pink. You're definitely not what I want. You are there. That's my null nail. That's my contrast leather, which is too dark. Although if I watered it down, let's have an experiment. Let's get a tiny little bit of that in there. Now, instead of dropping off the water, if we water that down way too much, let's dry the brush off just to make sure. Just pick a little bit up and then nope, needs more brown. I put way too much water in. Way too much. So I think we'll have to take a couple of trips back to the contrast paint for this one just to that's better. That's more of a wash consistency. That's good. We get there eventually. There we go. See, that was a bit better. Just dab it all in the places. A little bit of kitchen roll. Light dab. See? And now we've got a little bit more definition in the shoulder pads and in his chest. I can choose. There are some, essentially about nine base templates for you to go, okay, I don't want to choose my own, I want to paint it in this color scheme. And then they have a load of little mini color schemes off them. Or they can go, just make your own up. So I've just made my own up. What they generally cover is a 3-color minimum. So you have 3 colors to make up your miniature. So in my case, blues, browns, golds, reds, blacks. So you see the quite, bring him down just because he's a bit more finished. There are 3 colors on there. They stand out reasonably well. Look at the state of my finger. I have to clean up that. But once you've got most of the colors down, they call it battle ready. Basically, you've got 3 colors, play with them, and your opponent knows what on earth you've got on the battlefield. As opposed to some of them, which is the next stage, which is parade ready, which is where you go through all the next stage of details, the full highlights, and just cleaning the model up, making sure it looks as best as it can, really. Seeing how good you can get it looking with, like Lee said, using things like weathering powders to slightly dirty some things up. A couple of other techniques as well, like basing. Basing's a fun one. Found out an interesting one the other day. The base, the same thing that I used to base this, which is tea leaves, but a sleek tea, so it's got a bit of lavender and things in it. Found out that if you get it wet, you get a couple of nice little purpley things in it from where the fruit has been ground up, or dried up and put in it. So you get a nice effect of a nice little bit of a purple thing going on. That's for Necromunda when I finally get around to playing again. It's going to be my Bansar army, our Bansar gang, should I say. Right, so where's my contrast black? Because I need that to go on his head first, because I am, to answer your question in a bit more of a geeky method, Mandy, my chapter is a Salamander's successor. So if you was to go look up the 9 armies that they give you the color schemes for, the Salamanders, which are the green ones, are the ones that I've chose to be the ones that these are from. Thing about Salamanders, they are not toned the same as humans on this planet. These people have jet black skin. And jet black hair and bright red eyes. So as you can see, I have a lot of black on my models to paint. Oh, his sword's crooked. That's not good. You never want a crooked sword. So what I'll do is a quick contrast paint over his face just to get his face back to black, and then I'll give a tiny mix of contrast and ivory just to give him more of a grey. Then once I've got that grey, I'll give it a quick dry brush once it's dry, just to help bring out the features again back onto his face. But while I'm waiting for that to dry, I've realised I've got more leather. You get a lot of leather on these things. So we've got pouches. Get it back into the camera shot, you blithering idiot. Pouches, belt, more gun pouches. Leather is a very nice colour. Very easy to use as well. I like leather. Not like that. Before anyone even gets that idea in their head. I'm not committing to anything like that on YouTube. People start sending me Judas Priest stuff and God knows what else afterwards. Okay, so now that that's almost dried, I want to get my actual dry brush. And that's my base brush. It'll do. And where's that tiny bit of grey that I used, that I made up? Tiny bit of grey. And then just there we go. That means we should hopefully. I see. Right. Camera's great, but it does have its limitations when it comes to focusing. Buzzard, you are awesome for sending me this camera. I really do appreciate it. I'm just still figuring out how to get it to work to a certain degree. Right, shine directly onto his face. How much closer jump to get this? And then the camera just shows it as dark. If I move it as what? Put it up there. And now it's really bright. What on earth? But yeah, at least you can see some kind of facial features. Let's got to give a couple of red dots for his eyes. Which means I need my... Where is it? Is that the one? Is that the one? Yeah, that's my 4-0. Diddy brush. For painting eyeballs. Yeah, I know. Eyeballs are definitely not one of my favorite things to paint, but if you can get them, there you go. Looks a little bit more menacing now. And then by the time I bolt that onto his arm, he's got to be considerably more menacing. He's got to find a backpack as well now. Well, not right now. I'll find one in the bits box eventually. Wow, Jesus, my head does shine, doesn't it? Bloody Nora. Look, I apologise for anyone not wearing sunglasses for when I do that, because dang, that is a white head. Can't beat a fresh brew. You really can't. Fresh brews are awesome. Okay, so how much of you is actually done? How much of you is yet to dry? How much of you needs that very slight wash? That skull there. That skull there. That skull there. That skull there. They have a lot of skulls on these things. I mean, you can say what you want about all the new modern sculpts, where they're all nice and big, so they can show off all the nice details on it. But these like inch and a quarter models. Have a good night, Lee. Have a good one, mate. Right. If you count 8 or 9 squares from the brown ring towards you, that's the bottom of the screen. So from there, and then what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No. Aha, here. So that's the bottom of my screen. I mean, I can bring it out if you want to see more of my desk. I just really don't think you want to see more of my desk because it's a complete mess at the minute. So if I bring it down here, you get to see. Oh, I've only got the bottom. Yep. All right. Yeah. So, yeah, right now, my missus has explained to me what you meant by. So you want it in the more of the middle of the screen. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here's the bottom of the screen. Thank you very much, Mandy, and my partner for proving how thick I am and not being able to actually understand what people have typed in there. And I've got to reposition my light a bit so A, doesn't blind me, and B, I can actually see what I'm doing again. Yeah, that should do it. Now I can see what I'm doing. I've just forgotten what I'm doing. Oh, I'm up to his sword already? No, I can't be up to his sword already. I must be up to something else. What do I do with his sword? Now, see, I wanted the swords to have kind of a ready tone to them, but dark red with more of a black. So I need to do something about that sword. So let's try. Well, first of all, we'll put a black line down both of the main edges there. And then we'll try and fill the lines in with like a dry brush red or something along those lines. But for now, I'm going to have to get a chaos black. Which this one's nearly bloody empty. I'm going through a hell of a lot. I'm emptying a fair few tubs tonight, I must admit. All right, 2 of them have been emptied because they've been knocked over. But steady now. Steady. Yes, that was a very, very bad Jar Jar Binks impression, in case anyone was wondering. And as much as I dislike Jar Jar Binks from episodes 1, 2, and 3, since I've seen episodes 4, 5, and 6, I'm not as angry with him anymore. Because, jeez, he's better than Finn. That guy serves absolutely no purpose in those films. Just useless. And John Boyega may actually be a good actor. But that film did not do anything for me to help his argument. Okay, so now if I was to go over that with a nice red, hopefully it would only pick up the edges. That's the idea anyway. It doesn't always work that way. But if I can get his sword done, that's him 90% done. So, no, I'm going to go for a blood red speed on this one because I need it to keep the dark tones and I don't want it to overflood. So I don't want it to overflood all that sword. So I'm going to go for a red, speed paint red. I know I said I was going to try not to use them. I have used 2 so far and I'm not happy about it. But when it comes to certain things, they just work. And I don't have the contrast paint on red, so I can't use that. Although I did find a blue wash, I'm pretty sure of it. Or a green wash anyway. I'm sure I've got a wash somewhere now that I didn't realise I had. Oh yes. Oh yes. That screams I'm going to split your head open quite well. Not me, YouTube. I'm talking about a model before you start. I mean, they pick up on all sorts of stuff. So the word splitting heads open, probably not something you want to be saying on YouTube too much. One of their little algorithm bots will probably pick up on it and think, oh, he's planning something wrong. But bright red demon sword. Obviously, once you turn them over, that's when you get the blue and the gold. Even though there is a tiny bit of blue on top of the gold. Okay. Yeah, I just realized I got my light in a really awkward position. Not the best, but hey. A little bit more of that brown wash. Just to get it up in there. Up in there. Up in there. No, I'll make you look like that. Up in here. Up in here. Let's take the brown wash off the top because I'm going to have to go out. I painted them gold already. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. We're missing. Tiniest white spot on the bottom of his sword. Are you real? Well, of course he's real. But okay. We'll get that sorted tomorrow. Well, where's the gold gone? Where's the gold gone? Where's a tiny bit of gold? There it is. It looks like brown. Oh, wet paintbrush. I know I'm supposed to have a. Okay, you can go to 3D print a new sword. Just order one. I know it's pottery, so you may not be too keen on adding a resin or pinning something else on it. But yeah, you could replace that sword. See, what you'd have to do is like what I'm going to have to do with my lich that I've been doing. I'll try, so I'll pull him out and show you. No. Look on Etsy. It's like this guy that I've been twiddling around with. He comes with what I can only describe as two of the most fiddly little things I have ever done. These have been glued on once, by the way. It comes with a scythe to go attaching to oh crap, no, that's actually snapped. Oh dear. I thought it'd just come out of his wrist socket. No, that's actually snapped off. Oh, wonderful. So yeah, essentially it has a scythe that goes in there, which is a resin print scythe. And then he has his little magical book with a page flying out of it, which attaches to his other hand. So it's a nice floating demi-lich. But when it comes to spare parts, if you know the scale you want, Etsy do a lot of spare parts and bits, especially for this type of hobby and replacement pieces. If you can't find one on there, if you know anybody with a 3D printer, particularly resin, look on Cults 3D, find the sword you like, and from there they can actually scale it for the 3D printer, so they can make it a bit bigger, a bit smaller, a bit smaller, depending on how big the model is, and then they can tailor it from there. What you would do then is very, very low power drill into wherever the... So, like I'm going to have to do with him because it's a metal model, I'm going to have to drill into his wrist there, put a small little peg in, like a paper clip, and then drill another small hole into his wrist here, and then glue that onto the paper clip so he can actually hold his gun in place. Because the gun itself is just too heavy. It'll just think every time I go to standard super glue. Like, do I have my standard super glue anywhere to hand? Because I don't even think I've got it. Yeah, not thinking so, and then looking on my desk, realizing actually I've got no clue what's on that desk.
Well, I think I made you put it away because of children.
And I think I had one out this afternoon.
Oh,
So you think I put it away? I think I had one out.
well, you should have put it away.
So I should have put it away. Yeah, that's not in debate at the moment. I should have put the super glue away, especially since I had no cap on it. Yeah, I know. I've got no idea where it's gone. It's probably gluing something to my desk somewhere. Nope. It shouldn't be on the floor. You don't have to worry about that. He says. Well, I've got no super glue in here either. So I can't repair that hand just yet.
You put the keyboard on. I was using the keyboard.
Ah. Oh, so literally all you need is the sword so you can gink. No, then Etsy will do that no problem if you've not got a 3D printer or access to a 3D printer, because you don't need one yourself necessarily. That reaching across my desk has proved fatal so far this evening, so I'm going to do that limitedly and move my hands away very slowly. Yeah, Etsy is probably the best place I could think of to pick up just a one-off. I just want a sword, boom, done. How big's the model? Because if we're talking like this size, 2 inches, then what type of sword do you want? I've got chainswords. I've got lots of chainswords, as a matter of fact. They do all have hands attached to them, however. I don't have much that doesn't have a hand attached to it. Unless I've got a couple of Eldar ones scattered around somewhere, but I think I've used them already. Have I been buying? No. This is old. This is old. And so's that. Those were bought last year when I went to York. Which is how I ended up with this model. We still need finishing off, and a few other models, all my Chaos Marines. So yeah, I ended up with about another 20 models, but it was bought from like last year. Was it last year? I haven't been the year before, to be quite honest. I can't remember on that one. Buzzard, are you ready to come up? Pop it in private chat if you're ready. That way I know to bring you up or... Cool. All right, fair enough. That'll do. Pop it in that chat. Howdy diddles, mate?
Not too bad, fella. How's it going? I've missed most of your stream. I've been doing a little bit of gaming, getting me...
Not too bad, actually. Because I'm only going for the basic 3-color. Okay, so 11.5 centimeters. Yeah, you can print off a 3D printer. Yeah, basically what I've been doing is getting the 3-color minimum down. Basically, lots of gold, lots of browns, blues, blacks, some reds. And then once I've got him to that stage, I'm going to look at what I need to do.
It's coming on nicely. What are we doing with this fella? Who is he?
This fella is my first ever purchased captain for my Space Marine army in 1998.
Oh, so is he a metal one then? Or...
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure you'll appreciate that.
He will. Much better than the plastic ones, which are just snap. So yeah, he's quite a decent one. Quite an old model, but I was reluctant to paint him, but I didn't have... Once my cat knocked over my contrast black today, and now I've knocked over my contrast brown, which doesn't help. I'm kind of running low on the colours that I wish to use on him now, because I've just spilt most of it all over my desk, which is never a good thing. So what I'm going to have to do now is finish off the block colours that I need to get him to a tabletop ready standard. So if I take him to play at someone's house and go, there you go, you can see my captain, big red sword, big red gun, blue shoulder pad, boom. Also means I've got to paint that other guy's sword red as well. And that has just made the decision for my entire army. They're all going to have that colour sword. So an 11, so I'm reading Man Delicious's comment, an 11.5-inch sword. That just sounds wrong to start with. That's almost a foot long, for Christ's sakes. That's going to make any bloke who walks in and see it feel a little bit inadequate when a small porcelain doll has got an 11.5-inch sword. Because that's like what? Near enough that full ruler. That is big. What's the... I'm going to regret this. What's the girth on the sword? Yeah, but it's a valid question, because obviously it can be 11.5 inches long, but if it's... Oh, 11.5 centimeters. That makes me feel a bit better. But if it's still 11.5 centimeters long, which is about yay big, then having it this thin is going to be like rapier thin and just snap so easily, especially if it's porcelain. So if it's 11.5, where's my tape measure? Because that's got centimeters on it. All right, so we're only talking about yay long, but is it like that thick? Is it like an inch thick that tapers in? Or is it only like a centimeter thick and then tapers in? It might even be a single edge for all I know. I mean, I could show you that and you're going, that's perfect. I just need to paint it. I can grip around there and then sharpen that bit. But then you'd have to nick my fan brush and you're not doing that.
What's that we're looking at there?
What's what? Who, where?
Oh, it's your brush. Okay.
That's a brush. That's a brush.
No, it was just the colouring on the handle section of it. I didn't grasp what it was you were holding.
This is a makeup brush. But they make fantastic dry brushes.
Yeah, it was the colouring of the handle that I saw. I didn't see the brush at the end.
Yeah. So it's just over 1/2 mil thick and yeah. Well, I've got to wait for him to dry and I'm not actually, apart from pinning, I'm pretty much done with him. So Mandy, give me a second while I go grab something, please. And Buzzard, I'll be back in a second. 11.5 centimeters. He's pretty much done now, so until I restock on paints. So I'm going to have to restock on paints to finish this guy off because I'm a dick and spilled half my paints all off my desk. So
11.5 centimeters long, 6 millimeters thick-ish. That'd be like a joust on that fella you've got, wouldn't
it? Yeah, pretty much. That would be like a joust. Let's see, 2 should do it. Although for some reason I'm pulling 5 of the damn things out. Fine. You will go down there for a minute. And you lot. Although I do have multicolored versions, should I require them. So, what to do with my Sharpie? Knife things, what to do with the Sharpie? Knife things, what to do with the Sharpie? Nice things. Ah, they're up on my desk. Not my desk, my computer. Unlock that. Now I need to find a nice thick, nice sharp or at least one that's going to cut through this. This is why I prefer the metal ones.
Have you used any of these illuminating paints that you got?
Yes. That's how we got that bright pink and the blue and the bright blue. So yes, I've used the fluorescence. I also used it on. Where are you? You've hidden yourself from it. Fine. I used a little bit of a green to get that up there. And a green with an ivory wash for the skull pile that goes underneath him. Not an ivory wash, an ivory dry brush. I'll get there eventually. Right. Wish me luck, people, because I am using craft knives when I have issues controlling my arms at the best of times. So let's see if I can make an approximately an 11.5 centimeter sword. Did it have a hilt?
Well, we know where you've been spending your time, Mandy. You've been over with Arius.
Oh yes, ring. In fact, I would send him the link, but I think he's got his dad round at the moment. Is it?
I've not been with it the last few days. I've had a fair few things going on. You probably gathered, I think you saw it in the chat, that I had my car bumped yesterday. So
Yes,
I've not really been sat just at my PC chilling. I've been dealing with a lot of other stuff.
That was not a nice dink that I saw on the side of your car, mate.
No, I'm well, you know the story.
Yep.
I've recently spent a fair chunk on that thing, getting it just nice again, and now I wanted it and getting things back in order. I wish the crash had happened before I spent it all, you know?
It would have saved you a lot of money. It would have saved you a damn sight a lot of money.
Got to replace it now, and that's the awkward bit. Finding something that I like well enough that's a good enough car for me.
Go for a nice, good old Golf GTI.
I wouldn't have the petrol. I'd have the GT TDI. I would have one of them, a Mark 5 or something older.
What, go for a turbo diesel instead? That'll work.
Well, yeah, that's it. The GT TDI. The engine I'm after is probably going to be the German engine, the 2-litre TDI, either the 140 or the 170. It all depends what I find near enough to me at a fair price.
Oh, that's got to be the problem, isn't it? Location as opposed to...
That's it. There's cars I want to go see, but the other end of country, man.
Yeah, it's going to cost you best part of 100 quid just to get up there to go see it, and then just find out that head gasket's going and that's going.
It's the 3-4 hour journey there and then 3-4 hour journey back going with somebody, because obviously if I purchase it then I can't drive 2 cars. So yeah, it's a mission. I need to be pretty confident before I set off that it's a car I want to buy, which is all down to the conversation I have with the owner before I go.
Okay, so
do you drive?
No, I'm not allowed to. No.
Did you ever do a test or anything? Did you drive at any time?
I've never done a test. I have done lessons. I do know how to drive. I just cannot do it legally. If that makes sense. I can operate a car. I can change gears. I can drive. I can drive a car.
Well, I'm old enough that things were very different when I was learning to drive. So I did things that we shouldn't have done in our youth. I drove many a vehicle, my brother's, my father's, and everybody else's cars around, long before I had an actual license to do so.
Yeah.
Fortunately, nothing untoward ever happened. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's naughty. Not something you do in today's world.
Yeah, you say that. You don't live in the area that I live, mate. I don't think anyone's got a license around here. You've certainly not got insurance on all that much.
Everything's automated now, though. All you need to do is drive past a CCTV or an AMPR car, and they immediately know it. Clocks you, it pings. If they notice anything against your car, you get stopped. They don't even have to, look suspicious anymore. You just drive past, and it's automatic. It picks it up, and they'll come and stop you. And I agree with it in many a way, because there's a lot of motors on the road that, like you say, not insured, not legal, not taxed. It's a liability.
Oh yeah, definitely. Right, something to attach these two together temporarily. What time are we on? It's 11:45.
I can still hear you. I'm just going to step away and make a brew.
No worries. I was just more thinking, wow, how late it is. My missus is still up for a change. All right, so let's see now. I've got 2. Cool. attached together. You go around that, and then you go around there. And that gives us a basic joining point, which is floppy. Floppy as hell. So let's reinforce it and then we can taper it down. Right, get rid of that bit. Too much on the bottom. Stay there. You right down at the bottom down there, but I need you to make sure that you cover up that thing. Straighten up. See? Straighten up, straighten up, straighten up. Right, how's that now? Ah, that's better, that's better. So 11.5 centimeters. Well, I've gone like way too big on this. You tell me that that's one's near enough, long enough on its own, actually. So we've got a big one. Ooh, so pencil. Pencil. Find the middle point. Middle point in the end. Cross section. You said this was for an angel, didn't you? Oh, Pegasus partly run by a female warrior type. Right, okay, so it's just a female warrior type. Mark out a few rough ideas to where to score off and where to sand down. Let's make it 1.5. Right, so now we need that ruler that I can't, the invisible ruler. I'll call it the invisible ruler because yes, it is see-through. And the amount of times we put it down on the table when we're playing it, we lose the damn thing. So now, let's see if we can actually shape this a bit, eh? So there's the rough outline. Ish. Let's take the blade down on either corner or on either edge. Essentially, we're going to sharpen the damn thing. I hope you're taking notes, Mandy. I hope you're taking notes. How to make a sword for your porcelain thing out of essentially a lollipop stick. This will be a lot quicker if I use the Dremel, but it would also be a lot noisier. Now let's start taking down. Outside a bit. I'm starting to thin out on that side. You're going to start to thin out on this side now. I don't want it to take too much off because I need it to be angled towards the middle. You have this masterclass video. I would not classify this as a masterclass video. This is somebody who took your idea and decided to give it a go. Essentially, yeah, once I've drawn out roughly what I'm going to do, I'm just going to shave down the edges with either sandpaper or a blade or a plane or something that's going to be able to let you control how much of an angle you get down the sides. I'm not using the best sanding stick for this, to be quite honest, because this is more of a mold line removing sanding stick. I don't think I have any high grit sandpaper left. Do I? Right. Another be right back moment. Oh God, look at the state of that. This is what happens when you spill paint. Another be right back moment. I'm going to get a higher grit sandpaper. And once I get the higher grit sandpaper, I will hopefully.
Where have you been putting your fingers, fella?
Well,
in fact, maybe don't answer that.
What happened was I knocked this over. And it went all over my desk down here underneath. See? See all that? All this nice big brown section.
Oh, lovely.
Well, that's where
Was
that
that 10 minutes into starting your stream?
No, I think it was about an hour into it at that point, but still, yeah, it was live on camera. And it was near a full pot, and the thing just went over everywhere. That's the second pot of paint that went going everywhere today because my cat knocked the black version of that paint over. Okay, I'm going to go raid my toolbox for the higher grit sandpaper, essentially. Because with an emery board, taking that down into a razor point is going to take fucking ever. So I'm just going to nip to my toolbox, go get some higher grit sandpaper, and then I should be back. Hopefully I won't be long. I say hopefully because I know what my toolbox is like, and it is not very well organized. I should be back as quickly as possibly as I can. If you wish to play music through your sound system, then feel free. If you wish to sit there in silence and think, fine, if he's leaving me there, I'm not going to say anything. That is also good. It's up to you. But
No, you can still hear me whilst you're walking about, I think, anyway, so it's all good. I was just looking there, and I was thinking, that looks a lot better. The way you've positioned your camera now, with it being lower.
Yes.
And also on your secondary picture, the one where we see you, that actually looks a lot more professional there with that little downward pointing camera and everything. You look like you know what you're doing, lads.
Yeah, I may look like I know what I'm doing, but
Yeah.
it doesn't necessarily mean that I do.
I choose my words carefully.
Right, back in 2 minutes. Well, back in a few minutes.
So how long before we get Mandy up here and she starts showing us this warrior thing you've got going? I take it you do this same sort of thing. Do you follow the 40k stuff as well, or is it just modelling in general that you do? I was going to say I haven't got the patience to do crafty stuff, but I do, because I'm of such a nature that once I get focused on something, time passes. You don't realise it, but I have to be engaged. I have to be focused. It has to keep my interest. Otherwise, I just get bored so easily. Never really been one for patience as such, but yet I could go fishing, carp fishing, and sit there for 2-3 days and nights with the bivvy and everything, and basically just sit in nature and do nothing. So you must have patience to do it. That's why I've come up here. Typing's not my thing. It's too long, too slow, too much goes past on the screen. Nobody knows what I'm talking about. Are you in the UK, Mandy, or are you elsewhere? He says, filling time. We're just hitting midnight here, so we're going into Thursday morning. North Wales, nice. Okay, well I know where that is. You're not so very far away. I've been down to Anglesey a few times, a little bit of north, but not that much. It's full of foreigners. Welsh people. Foreigners, orcs and hobbits. And people that are particularly partial to a good sheep.
Right, I can't find my bloody sandpaper. I cannot find my sandpaper. So I'm just going to change the medium that I'm going to use, which is going to be foam core. So move out the way, you look. Wow, that went from 4 to 1 in like no time at all. Jeez, I had more views when I'm not here. That's weird. Now I need something that's going to be able. No, you're too thin. Ah, you'll do. And 11.5 centimeters. You're Kev's #1 fan. Oh dear. Are you sure that's something you won't be admitting online?
It's too many lists for me. I got tired of being on a list. I'm always on the naughty list, I think.
Well, Kev keeps saying that I'm constantly keeping him up, giving him work to do. So I'm not giving you work to do. You don't have to bloody make sure I'm not giving you work to do. You don't have to say a damn thing to me. Right, so we have length of blade. With 1.5 centimeters of handle. How am I going to do this? No, I'm going to actually want that the other way around, don't I? Nope. Right, before anyone has a heart attack, I know, this is not how you're supposed to cut things. And yes, I know, there's a good chance I'm probably going to slice my own fingers off at some point. As long as it's not tonight, we'll be all right.
Once it's away from yourself, you're usually all right. Usually.
Yeah, usually. If there's anything I've proven is that things that usually are supposed to happen don't usually happen to me.
I think we watch a lot of the same type people, the reactions in a lot of the Americans, and every time one of them grabs a knife, I just cringe in horror.
Oh, because they sit there doing it like that.
Well, you'd think they'd know how to use a knife by now.
You would think. Yeah, but they sit there foaming it into the hands, and it's like, whoa,
Exactly.
whoa.
Yeah. It's an accident waiting to happen.
Blades require respect just as much as guns. Know how to use your tool.
Yeah. They're all right with a knife as a weapon, but give them one to eat your fish and chips with, and they don't know what to do with it. They only know how to use a fork.
Well, I've seen Joey use a knife
For food.
Yeah, he cut his beans and toast with it. First day he was over it. We ended up in some rinky-dink motel out in the middle of Yorkshire. And I do mean motel, not hotel, motel.
Ah, is this the place where you slept not where you were supposed to?
Yeah, Mick T ordered us, booked our room for us, and booked a double room, but with a double bed.
And Joey was like, I don't mind, top and tail.
Well, the problem is that I'm 6 foot tall. Joey's 6 foot tall, and he's built bigger than me. The bed was only ever going to fit one of us. Ever. That was it. It was only ever going to fit one of us.
Yeah, big spoon, little spoon.
No, there wasn't even enough room for a little spoon to go in next to a big spoon. So I ended up kipping on the floor because it was the only place where there was enough room to fit us both in the room. Even the women who, when we came in to go, yeah, we're in that room, that's been booked for that, they kind of looked at us quizzically like, okay. They must have thought we were a gay couple because there was one.
I was just thinking, wasn't Queer as Folk, wasn't that filmed in Manchester?
Well, we were in Manchester, we were in Huddersfield.
No, but you're from that area though, are you?
I am, but Joey, being American, took great pleasure in introducing himself to everybody in the room. He was American. So everywhere we went, he made sure everybody knew he was American. Which obviously sparks a few conversations with people just randomly in the middle of the street. Couple of kids thinking they could take the mick out of him, but obviously me and Mick T were with him at the time, so we just took the piss right back. And the kids were like, oh, it's like, yeah, well, don't do it. Don't
Best
take
question
the
to ask them is, when you're going home.
What, Americans? When you're going home?
Well, foreigners in general.
I don't know. I don't speak foreign. So this is only to be a template, by the way, Amanda. This is just so I can draw around it on here, because this is foam core and it's so much easier to do the beveled edges. So cut into that, slide down. It reminds me I need to speak with Daniel about something. In fact, have I got it nearby? No, I haven't. I'm doing the coat of arms things. I noticed he had his Maryland one, a Maryland rough coat of arms thing behind him.
He's offline at the minute.
That doesn't matter. I can send him an email. I seem to have a lot of. I don't know how I've managed to do this, but I seem to be able to contact people or certain people if needed. And Daniel's now become one of those. He scared the shit out of me the other day. He actually phoned me on Instagram. But I don't receive phone calls on Instagram, and it give off the same type of ringtone as WhatsApp. And I'm thinking, how the did you get my phone number? It's like, I've not phoned you on Instagram. It's like, oh, so you have. Thank goodness for that. Because I'm thinking, how have you got this phone number? Because I don't give it out. It wasn't until he corrected me. He said, no, I've phoned you on Instagram. It's like, oh, right, okay. It didn't stop me for wanting to send him my number so he could WhatsApp me, but he did scare the bloody crap out of me, especially as I wasn't expecting it. My dad were over at the time, and I weren't expecting any calls from anybody because of the time of the day it was. I just need to get this handle cut out, and then I can draw around the bastard. I'm sorry. Thank you. Keep it up into the camera. Three viewers. See, that's what I like. 3 viewers. Something nice and small where I don't feel pressured. I don't know, one of the viewers is going to be sat upstairs. Well, I think one of the viewers is sat upstairs anyway. Probably completely wrong now. It's 2 other people apart from Mandy just going to start chirping up. We're not upstairs in your house. It's like, right, yep, you're not there. I thought you were them. Come on, just get in there, you son of a. See, I'm blunting this blade so much doing this. He's not very good at whittling. Oh shit, you just split, you son of a. Don't chop your finger off. All right. Mandy, was there any distinguishing features on this sword? Anything like jewels, baubles, pommels?
Well, congratulations, you've just made the world's smallest cricket bat.
No, I've not. I've made smaller ones. Come on, last little bit. You can do it. Shaving that. Come on. Shave it in. Shave it in nice and neatly. Okay, that's the easy bit done. He says, it's the easy bit. eyeball this for a second. Yeah, I've never seen Spencer with a knife.
Oh, it's scary.
What, scarier than watching me do it?
Yeah, yeah. He did a box opening, probably 12 months ago, I think, that I saw. And yeah, it was an accident waiting to happen. If you could think of all the things you would be told not to do with a knife, he did them all. I don't think he missed any. Cutting towards yourself, all that business. It's not the only one, though. A few of the others, they're a bit carefree with them knives. You only get it wrong once.
No, you don't. You can get it wrong a few times as long as you don't get it really, really, really wrong. I mean, if you get it really, really, really wrong, then yeah, you only get it wrong once. Well, I've cut myself with this knife loads of times. It's like, not very reassuring, I understand, but still, you can survive a nice shallow blade cut across a finger or two. Okay, so rough short sword shape. Yeah. So where did I put that foam board? There it is. Line you up on there. Quick throw around. And this is when it becomes easier because it's just paper and foam now. Doo-doo. Got to remember about that. Discord is still open, so I will be getting messages. Slow passes. I don't want to catch the foam on the inside. I certainly don't want it to snag. And I bet I'm not too bothered about it snagging because that's going to be trimmed off in a minute.
What is it you're using here? Is it like a bit of card or something?
Foam core. So what it is it's paper, but it's got a foam center all the way down there.
Right, so a bit of card front and back, a bit of foam in the middle.
Yep.
Oh, it's thicker than I thought. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's quite a fair, decent chunk. This, I usually use it for walls. Or for scratch building, like base bodies for tanks and things. Even when I quickly throw together something for a proxy, because I don't actually own the model, and I want a big tank or something, I'll throw together a proxy through card or through foam core, and then use that. Have we had anyone join? At least no. We've still got Mandy. Mandy's talking to us, which is good. So we like Mandy talking to us. It makes us know that we're not alone.
Busy taking notes.
Busy thing. She fucks. She's just going to ask me to go. Right, fine. Send it to me. I'll pay your postage. Mod Podge it so it's hard. In fact, I probably wouldn't Mod Podge this. I'd probably varnish it rather than Mod Podge it.
So if you were making this for yourself, for one of your models for some reason, would you use this material to do it?
What, a sword for one of my models? No.
Well, yeah, but then will this that you're using now, this board stuff, will this paint up and everything and have the right look and feel to it? Or is this just...
Once I've put a bit of work into it, yes.
Right, so you could use this as a finished item, working on it starting now and then, complete it.
Yeah. Technically, if I had a model that could wield this without looking ridiculous, yeah, there's no reason why I couldn't essentially just mask off the edges. And then
I was just curious, with it having a foam center, if you was to then try and chamfer, down the sides so that it has a raised center and goes down to a point either side, with it being foam, you couldn't exactly sand that down, could you? Or is it quite sturdy stuff?
Oh, no, it's reasonably sturdy, actually. The biggest problem with doing that would be the paper, because it'll
What
ruffle.
are you doing, man? Don't do that towards yourself, fella.
It was flat blade down. Essentially, I'm scraping, not cutting.
Nevertheless, the blade was facing the flesh.
Right, I'm going to have to replace that blade. You go up there so I don't accidentally put you back in. And now I need that one. Come on. Get out of it. Oh, you're going to make me go get the other blade now just to get you out, aren't you? There you go. This is what I could do with the scalpel that Lee had earlier. This blade's going to slip in here unless I can get it tight enough. Right, so... I'll take it from there. Nope, you're not working very well. Move you up there. Get the right angle if I can. Move my fucking fingers out of the way.
You're making me nervous again, fella. That's it. Get your fingers this side at blade.
Yeah, I know. I was making myself nervous on that one, don't worry. Just trying to keep not only the angle of the blade, but keep it straight as well. It doesn't help when the foam starts to... Because this is an old set of blades, so I really should have replaced ages ago. This is probably still the sharpest one I've got. Unless I was to... Oh, no, it's actually not the sharpest one I've got, is it? That might work better. Maybe not. Make a complete arse of me instead. Yes, I have a lot of knives and scalpels and craft knives and stuff. Whoa, you're getting a bit overzealous there, aren't you? Let's just shave you down a little bit more. Come on. Shave it. See, I am rushing a little bit, so I'm sorry about the wonky line. But, oh, see, again, flexible blades do not make good angle cutters. See?
Oh, it makes a lovely smell, does that, when you grab soldering irons at the wrong end?
Yes, it does. See, that's just how I've had to shorten that sword now. Because the chamfer went wrong. Which is no good, no good.
I was just thinking fairly recently, I'm sure I did something with a soldering iron. I was trying to think what it was. It was for that other webcam, wasn't it? I was trying to repair it. And
Yes.
yeah,
Instead
getting
of
a little bit close and a bit focused and old eyes. I didn't realise just how close the side of my finger was to the barrel of the soldering iron.
oh, no.
Yeah, when I did notice it, it didn't take me long to realise what was happening, but the smell was part of it. And then the blister that came after it for like 3 days wasn't the best.
I fucking bet as well. Jeez. Soldering irons are not fun tools to be fucking around with.
Oh, it was a cheap, nasty one I'd had for years, so it takes a week to heat up. It's not particularly good even when it does. So
Oh, this
I
blade's
bought
actually
another
quite
one to
good.
replace it, one of them butane ones, the gas ones.
Oh, yeah, I used to use them for my bong. They were awesome for bongs then. Because you could hold them upside down. And they still worked. I should have just used this craft knife from the start. Jeez, that's a lot better. Because I fucked up the foam core one. But it seems to be going quite nicely on this wooden one. Before I start giving some people heart attacks for.
They're your fingers, mate. I just don't want to have the image when I go to sleep tonight of claret everywhere, you know?
Ah, don't worry. Last time I did something like this, the hospital praised me for doing a better job than they did, so than they could. So don't worry. Last time I thought I was going to have to stitch my thumb back on. It wasn't a knife that did that though. It was steel racking.
Pretty much always worked with my hands. Engineering initially, and then I took up joinery. So my hands, your fingers, you know, they're your living, and you learn very, very quickly. Look after yourself because you need them. You need your fingers.
You use your hands a lot, and every day for whether it's for a trade or for just.
Well, we
general
use power
day-to-day
tools every day, all day. So, you know, as I say, it's the sort of thing you only get wrong once. So you just make sure you don't. Safety first.
Have you got your chainmail gloves on? No. Why not?
Because I'm not doing anything that's coming towards me with a blade. Yeah. Yeah. When you get a chance, lads.
Oh
Have a-
shit, man. Sorry, BC. I was scraping away with the blade. I'm sorry, man.
That's okay. I'll recover. I'm tough.
How long have you been sat there? I do apologize.
I was with Captain. I just got off the thing. God, he keeps you long. That sucker talks a long time. Dirty
Yeah.
dog. Oh, well.
He can talk more than I can, and I can talk to myself.
Friggin' right. So how you doing?
I'm not too bad. I've kind of got to a staging point on this guy,
Oh, nice.
where because I spilled some paint, because
Okay.
I'm a dick,
Hey, that's okay.
I've had to call it quits on him for tonight.
Ah,
However, Mandy, our Mandylicious,
damn it.
has given me an idea. She's got a ornament of a Pegasus with a female rider,
Okay.
but she's lost the sword.
Hi, Mandy. Ah,
She's lost.
it
the
looks like
sword.
the sword from Final Fantasy VII.
It
It's
does look a
like
little bit like one of them
small
blades.
hilt, but a really big blade.
Yeah, that was my idea.
Well, see, I'm glad I joined because I was sitting there watching in the background talking to him. I'm like, the poor little ass must be having vampire problems over there. Sucker's out making his own steaks and everything. Poor little bugger. Garlic works too.
We are in Europe. It's where he's supposed to have arrived from. So,
Hello, Buzzard. How are you, Buzzard?
I'm not so bad, VC. Not too
There we
bad at
go.
all, fella. How's it
You
going?
sound good. Nice to meet you.
Oh,
Likewise.
have you not met before?
No, it's
Nope.
the first time. I've seen the name and I've seen you up on other people's streams. It's the first time I've personally come across you.
No,
There you go.
BC. This is Buzzard. This is BC.
Straight. That was
Where are you, BC? Where are you located?
Northern Canada.
Oh, you poor man.
Yeah. She's bitey today too. We got 2 or 3 days of the Arctic outflow warning, and today it's about minus 15 with no wind.
Oh,
Yeah, she's a little snappy. Tomorrow's supposed to be minus 19.
Tropical.
Oh God, I can't wait. I think it's the last bite though, and then spring's gonna come.
Well, where am I? I'm on. Well, he was saying 6 degrees earlier, so I'm all right.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to be with metric people. Goddamn Americans. Well, I don't know what that means. Well, Jesus Christ, man. We got to learn it the other way. You do too. Come on.
Well, can you work in both, lads?
I can't. No, can I fuck?
See,
I can
for
barely
me,
work in one.
I grew up
A
with.
generational thing.
Well, it's American too. We Canadians have been slapped American over TV and then movies, you know. And for me to play a video game using kilometers an hour, yuck! I always use miles per hour. I don't know. It's more relative to me.
I never understand why they measured it in kilometers anyway. Well, I do.
Yeah.
Meters, centimeters, millimeters.
Exactly.
kilometers. Oh, fair enough. You.
And it's funny, us being a metric system, and I've worked as a glazer for almost 30 years, and I've read everything with inches. Very rarely do people come in with centimeters and millimeter measurements. Germans were pretty good for that. You could always tell. German, how'd you know? Because he's going to do 2,627 millimeters. And I was like, where's the old tape measure? What? You got centimeters? Yes.
Okay, so sword.
That must be a generational thing. I mean, I grew up with both, so I can work with either. But,
Yeah,
you know,
same with me.
Being in the building trade as I was for a long time, everything in the building trade is still an imperial.
Yeah, still an imperial, yeah.
I mean, I can do centimeters to inches to feet, but when it gets up to miles and kilometers, I get a bit.
It's easy, man. 0.6.
Well,
0.6 miles, 1 kilometer.
Ah.
You never go wrong. Pretty easy math.
Yeah. Well, now I know the math. Yeah, easy.
Yeah,
It's when you
very
start
easy.
talking about groats and things. That's a little bit too far back. Even I don't know that.
Yeah, like when they start getting into hectares and acres and that, like
Yeah.
land
I
measurements,
can't
and I'm like,
visualize
I
those.
don't.
I don't
Yeah,
know
me
them so
either.
well.
Yeah, I know I don't live on an acre or a hectare, and please say that was one for me as well.
Yeah.
I don't live on either one of those acre-y things. I know that much.
Are all your paints toxic free?
Yes.
Like I never see you using a mask or anything, so I'm assuming everything is
Yep.
toxic free. Cool.
Yep.
I think they have to
Well,
be, don't they?
no. Well, I say all my paints. I've got spray paints in there that are
Yeah, because
thousands up to the wazoo.
I know some model paints you have to be over 19 or the assistance of adult. They won't sell them to you because kids sniff them.
Yeah.
So it's
those-
like, yeah, we can't sell you them model paints. They're just made with alcohol based or whatever they got in them. But
yeah,
it's like the old magic marker days, right? Kids
Yeah.
sniffing them all day long. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, now they've changed the recipe on these ones, so
Yeah.
to the point where I will quite happily give it a quick shake in the water and then go.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want toxic for that.
But that helps me keep the point on the brush.
There you go. Tricks of the trade.
Yep.
What about you, Buzzard? Have any hobbies?
Masturbating doesn't count.
Well, it can. Don't judge yourself. Come on. Don't speak to
No, I have a lot of interests. Computers are really the thing that I've worked with for the longest time as a hobby. So
okay.
PCs, rigs, assembly, fixing them, that sort of thing is a bit of fun.
Ah.
But outside of that, fishing, carp fishing.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, you'd like it over here then. No shortage of friggin' wildlife in the water. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, but some of yours can fucking eat you.
Oh, really? You're not a fan?
I want to go deep sea fishing, but
Right.
I have a fear of open dark water. So
Yeah, I
it's
hear
kind
you.
of I want to go deep sea fishing, but I want to do it in a pool, please.
Well, many moons ago, I did my open water for scuba. So that you start in a pool, your training and everything. And then here we did it in Cape and Ray, which is it's about 35 meters down. It's just a lake which they use, for training.
Mhm.
But essentially, if you can dive in UK waters, you are respected anywhere for diving. Because a lot of what we do is we do off the top of Scotland, but our waters are murky, and a lot of different tidals and things in there. So if you can dive safely in the UK waters, you can pretty much dive anywhere.
We do get a fair few sharks off that coast as well.
Yeah, I like whitefish, but not redfish. I find the redfish are just too fishy smelling.
What, like salmon?
Yes, exactly like salmon, my friend. And it's huge over here, salmon. We got one of the best salmon rivers on the planet Earth, and I just don't like them.
I can't stand salmon either. It's fucking disgusting.
If it's dried out like beef jerky, no sweat. But it's got to be
it's
dry.
You're not going to get sweat out of something that's dry.
Oh, I mean dry. I mean dry. I want shoe leather, like that type of dry. And by the time the sugars and all that shit gets on it, it's like takes all that fishiness away. It's not half bad.
I've never liked salmon, ever since I was a little kid.
It's good for
Yeah,
you.
I'm a fish and chips lover, and you guys come from the land of it.
Oh, give me a nice cod, some place.
Yeah, halibut, yum yum yum.
Yep.
If you have fish and chips, it's cod or haddock, and people use other fish for it, but it's got to be cod or haddock.
Yeah,
that's right.
I don't mind a bit of pollock. Pollock will do.
Pollock's in everything over here, man. Anytime you buy artificial crab, any kind of mushed up fish burger at McDonald's, stuff like it's all pollock. Tons. I watched a documentary on pollock catching. The size of that boat, and then they manufacture all the fish right there. They clean it, freeze it, package it. That boat is basically a floating factory. And another boat comes up, unloads fish to them, or picks up finished product at the dock. Like, that's fucking amazing, man. I didn't realize this. How are there any fish left on the planet Earth when you see ships like that out there just sucking them up?
I know a lot of our fishermen are not happy in the last 10, 15 years or so.
I can imagine not.
part of the EU and everything, the Spanish were allowed to come over and fish our waters and
Oh,
get
boy.
quite close to us. So they were encroaching in on our fishing grounds. But they had different legislations for the size of their nets and what they can and can't. So they basically came and raped our waters, which
Right.
left very little for our fishermen. But it has a knock-on effect on it. You know, you can't just take the fish out of the water. You take the excess out, you get your quota, but you can't just catch as many as you want, as often as you want. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
Right. 5 centimeters, 10 centimeters, 12.5 centimeters plus the 5 foot, which is 150. So it's about 175.5 centimeters, I think, Mandy. I was trying to work out 5.5 feet in centimeters.
Oh. Yeah, I would have went to the porch and got my tape measure. Got
Don't
imperial
need to.
top,
5
metricon
foot
bottom.
5, I know what that is mentally. That's good enough for me. I don't need to know what that is in centimeters.
Yeah, it's about 5 foot something. What did you say you were? 5'5". That's 4 foot. That's 5 foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 165. I was 10 centimeters out. Sorry.
That's okay. We won't hold you to it.
It was mental.
It's not like you were sending a rocket to the moon. You were just trying to figure out Mandy's height. That's all.
Nope, just trying to figure out something basic like Mandy's height. Something nice and simple. Nothing too crazy.
That's like you guys in your measurements for stone. Fuck's a stone.
14 pounds.
Always know. Nah, I know it now, but yeah, growing up, like, they fucking crazy over there.
Yep. Of course we are. We invented the English language.
Are you sure invented's the right way of saying that? It kind of developed. It's, there's all sorts in there. Old Norse, Roman, Latin.
No shit. Latin. Oh, we say, who's the first guy to, say the F off word? You know there's someone that did it. The first guy to use that word. We don't know who he is. Probably dead by now, obviously, but, there had to be that one fellow that started it all.
Yeah, what a fuck.
If he only knew what the fuck he was doing, eh? If he only knew.
Yeah. He could have at least put another syllable in there and made it more difficult to say.
And these people with hand gestures, the middle finger. Who was the first guy? Because that caught on like wildfire. You do this to anyone on planet Earth, they know what you mean. They know what you mean.
But you can go for the older version and do that.
Oh, okay.
And do you know what that means?
I do not.
That means I've still got my fucking bow fingers.
Oh, see. Oh, right. Someone told me that. That's right.
Which means I can still fire my bow at you bastard.
Yeah, they give me the little background on that. I thought it was just 2 of these. That's all.
No,
Doubled up.
I've
Twice
still
fuck off.
I've still got my bow fingers. You better watch out. I can shoot you.
Ooh, that's a threat. That's like the old knife slice across the throat.
Yeah, but we can do this for further distance.
Yeah. Right. Soup. Yeah, knife's too personal.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got to get home. I've got to get to the pub for my pint, mate. I've not got time to stand around having a knife fight. Yeah. Ping.
What time do the pubs close over there? 2 a.m. or just whenever the last person leaves?
It depends which pubs you go to.
Depends.
Yeah, the one down the road from me shuts about 11. The ones in Manchester, there was one that would be open till 7 a.m.
There's more pubs than anything else, right? They're just everywhere.
No,
It's
no?
not like it used to be. No,
Hollywood sure makes you believe that England's like that, like
Yeah,
the
the
pub
last
every
10
fucking
years
corner.
or so has devastated the pub
don't get
culture.
me wrong. Right, within a quarter of a mile of my house, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Already too many
7,
here.
8,
Wow.
9. I've got about 9 pubs within a quarter of a mile of my house. And that's because most of them have been shut.
Mm.
Because it should be 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17,
Wow.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, but about 25
Holy shit.
within a quarter of a mile of my house. Now I do live like right in the town centre, so
Yeah, but still, that's a lot, man. Holy.
no, not really.
Here, fuck, we have 2.
No.
And we're a pretty big town. It's not that small, but yeah.
Oh no,
Liquor stores are pretty popular. Cold beer and wine stores, they're all over the place, but not too many sit down and enjoy a drink places.
most of these places you can get food from as well,
Ah.
so it's not solely just sit down and get pissed.
It's funny too with all the establishments like McDonald's, for instance. They're such a chain, Starbucks, all that, but pubs or bars don't really do have a chain, do they? Over there, do they have a chain like McGillicuddy's or something like that?
Oh yeah, we've got Weatherspoons.
That's crazy. You don't see that over here. It's
Uh,
all
what you
privately
generally-
owned individual stuff.
What you generally get is pubs that are owned by breweries.
Oh, see, totally opposite here. They're all privatized.
So what time are we on? We're on.
Unless there's like if it's a hotel bar, then you're gonna get the same type of stuff, same restaurant, same food, that shit. But pretty much everybody's privately owned here.
Thing is, over here, traditionally, there's a lot of small breweries, independent breweries.
Right.
So like the franchising thing was never really a big thing here. Only in the last sort of 30 years or so did that begin, the franchise, the American type thing. Until then, you were tied to a brewery maybe. So you might have, several pubs around the area that are under one brewery. And the only real restrictions on that is that if you're one of our breweries, if you're under one of our breweries, then it means that you sell our beers and you're limited on what guest beers you can have.
Oh, okay, I see.
Whereas a completely free house, independent, it puts in what it wants to put in.
Exactly.
So again, you would use the smaller breweries, but they would rotate and bring in obscure ones that people didn't know.
Yeah.
But you could do it then because there was plenty of breweries around. They died off a lot in the late 80s and 90s. Like I said, with
different
franchising. But
well,
there's
like
some now
younger
are making a
generation growing
comeback.
up. Like what's your younger generation there? When does the club, like over here, the club hopping usually starts 21 to 30. In between there, then it's, I don't know what
Pretty
is
much
the
as
club
soon as
scene
you can
big
get
over there?
served.
No, the club scene's dying over here.
Dying, yeah.
Yeah, the whole
Same
pub
with here,
culture,
too.
everything, it's taken a complete turn. The pub is a place where you used to go for your pub lunch. You'd go there
Yeah.
pretty much every day, have an odd pint and a chat with people. And then obviously come the weekend, the Friday, the Saturday night, that was a bit different. You were out for the night then. So you were nearly always steaming drunk by the end of the night. But you
Yeah.
seldom went out to get pissed up. You went out for a good time with the lads. So socializing was a big part of it. But it's changed a lot. The pub culture has been pretty much killed off. We've had a lot of things happen in this country in the last 10, 15, 20 years that they've just restricted the amount of free money people have. So, yeah, pubs suffered. And then, of course, with the lockdown and everything, pubs without an income, how do they stay viable? How do they keep going? So a lot of them fell a bit by the wayside. I had to diversify and start doing other stuff like foods or becoming wine bar types.
Yeah, open up
sports bars. And they came away from being the social centre
Yeah.
more into sort of niche markets now.
Yeah, the coffee shop's more the bloody thing that people.
I was
go
just
to.
going to say that's where people meet up most. Yeah, the old coffee shops. And usually,
Okay,
like at
so-
5 o'clock in the goddamn morning, it's like I'm not that eager to talk to you.
Right. So, Mandy, this is a little bit shorter than originally intended. It is 11 and a quarter inches. Well, there you go. That's made out of a lollipop stick and a craft knife. Quite easy to do. Just don't be under the effects of neural suppressing tablets when you're doing it. And you should be able to get that smoothed out with sandpaper or anything remotely flat or plain. You should be able to replace that sword in her hand quite easily. Which is nice. Oh, I've got a private chat. Oh, it doesn't matter. Well, it does matter. It's a private chat, but Well, yeah, I used lead belcher, which is the color I use for my guns. So that's why it looks like metal. Nice and shiny, including the gold bit. And I mean, you can layer that up with paper and layer that bit up with paper to give it a raised area. Again, do the same with the little dot there. I just kept it flat for speed. BC's disappeared, but
I'm here.
I'm still here.
BC is there. But yeah, a couple of beads instead of the red dots, or a couple of like these little glass jewels that you can just stick on from craft shops. A little bit of paper round to do the hilt to raise it up a bit. Some string to actually tie around the hilt to give it more of a ropey effect rather than that leathery effect, that really bad leathery effect. And a nice, if you can get that nice and flat and done, that's just a nice easy way to do an 11.5 centimeter sword. Very simple. Just requires a craft knife and a lollipop stick. Awesome, decent sandpaper. Decent sandpaper would do it a lot easier.
Yeah, some nice 80-120. Finish it off.
Yeah, just go over there, get it in the nice angle. Just
like any popsicle stick's probably softest wood on planet Earth. Pretty easy to manipulate.
It is, unless you're using nail emery boards, in which case
Oh, there you Emery, yeah.
in ages to just do the
There
damn thing.
you go. I thought you'd have a little belt sander.
What? On this setup?
I guess so. How much do you do with wood anyway, right?
I do very little with wood.
Very little, exactly.
I mean, I have plenty of thingies to be able to do scenery later on.
Jesus Christ. Colored sticks.
Colored sticks and
So
normal
fancy.
sticks.
Oh,
It's a whole lot.
fruit juice in the freezer.
Foam core. Hey Mojo, how you doing, man? So yeah,
Hey,
I have
buddy.
a lot of stuff. I have got a big mess on my desk now because I've got foam board and bits
That's
of
okay.
wood. And all
Me and
sorts
Buzzard
of-
aren't here to clean up. We're just here to enjoy. You make
No,
all the mess you want, buddy.
No, I've just got to clean it up before my kid comes down for the morning.
Terrible.
So none of these knives are scattered around my desk. So I'm going to put them nice and low in there, like you do. But he knows, do not go near Daddy's desk.
Yes, don't touch the stuff.
No, even if he sat on my knee at where I am now. So if he was sat on my knee here,
Yeah,
he would not touch any of that.
good. It's the way it should be, man.
Because he knows it's Daddy's stuff and you don't touch Daddy's stuff.
Look how intriguing that would be for a kid, though.
Oh,
Look at all the pieces and fun. Oh, look. Give me.
oh, he
Your
will.
kid's dream.
Oh, he wants everything on this desk.
Oh, yeah.
And not just on the desk. He wants everything on the desk, everything that's under the desk, everything that's everywhere.
You just got the one kid?
No, I've got 3.
Oh, shit. So you got older kids teaching younger ones to do shit. Hey, I always found they learn so quick. It's like, yeah, because the older one's showing them to do it.
I found, in my experience, the eldest learns. Basically, if you're learning from an adult, you learn quicker.
I got a good
So-
question for you, too. How am I hearing you talk when I see your mic is muted? Is that a second
Because-
mic choice?
Because LMP desk is also me,
Ow.
which is my
Gotcha.
headphones and my mic.
Roger Dodger.
This is my phone.
So you don't
I've got-
ask, you don't learn.
I've got a set of headphones plugged in there with it turned down and muted, so got rid of the fucking echo at last.
Goddamn technology.
And so that films me because I can keep it plugged in over there. And this camera that Beaky Buzzard
Okay.
donated to me, thank you. I thank you every time, but thank you very much for this. Is actually a dash cam, which I can only mount in that. It can only look down.
All right.
So
Makes
I can't-
sense.
Well,
No, you can't
I mean,
pivot it.
it could probably do that, but see, I'm upside down.
Yeah, you're mirrored.
So I use that as my desk cam and then use my phone as my camera.
Okay. No
But
problem.
I'm plugged into the PC, which is over there.
You and Buzzard are close to each other, yeah?
What do you mean, physically or emotionally?
Well, yeah, it's the UK because in Northern
Everything's
Canada,
relative.
everything's close in the UK for a Canadian boy. It's like you guys complain
Exactly.
about a 4-hour drive, and I'm like, fuck, I got to do that to get my car serviced
No.
sometimes.
Laz is about 60 miles away, sort of thing. So
Oh,
an hour
that's
and,
super
an hour
close,
and 10,
yeah.
an hour
Yeah,
and 15 minutes.
Ah,
And there's a
minor.
motorway between us, so it's not that bad at all.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit, yeah.
I do
we're not
avoid
next
going to
door, but
Manchester if I can
we're
help
not.
it, you know.
Ah, God.
We're not
damn
next door, but we're not a
Manchester.
million miles away. So yeah, we're close. We're close to each other. But then again, in relative terms for you in Canada, I also live close to Mick T as well.
Yeah, no shit. Everything's close there. When you guys get around for transportation? You drive, Laz, or you just use public transportation?
I've got to use public transport. I'm not allowed to.
Yeah, I hear you, brother. I hear you.
So like yesterday, we went to Halifax from Manchester.
Yep.
So it was a quick nip into Manchester, train from Manchester to Halifax, and then train back from Halifax to Manchester, bus from Manchester back home.
And do you just buy a yearly pass type thing, or pay as you go?
I'll pay as you go. We don't travel that
Pay
much.
as you go. Oh, okay.
I'm
Public
not allowed.
transport's pretty cheap as a rule, isn't it? It's when you start getting
Yeah.
trains up and down the country. Depending
Right.
on the time and the day, if you're catching like the business hours, then you pay the business rates.
And do you
But-
pay with cash, or do you guys have like a card you swipe?
Either
Either.
or. Yeah.
Cash is
Hmm.
becoming less used now. They're trying to
I
save
was
cash out
wondering
and go
that.
digitized.
Yeah.
Everything pretty much. You know, like the youth now all use cards, you know, or
Right.
phone
Yeah.
payments and stuff.
But
don't
you
think
can
know
still
what cash
pay
is.
cash.
Okay. You can still do actions there.
You can still pay cash if you
Okay.
insist.
So there must be an ATM machine outside of every train station, obviously.
Oh, they're all over. Every
Yeah.
shop
All
pretty
over,
much
yeah.
has one.
Any place you just want to spend your money, here you go.
Usually
Roger.
with a defibrillator next to it as well.
Oh, really? That's
Yep.
becoming popular over here in the community events like arenas and stuff. Yeah. All the
We've
heart
got 'em.
machines, all that
We've
shit.
got them at bus stations.
Yeah, well, you guys did it
in the
first,
middle of
yeah.
the street.
I thought it
We've
was
got 'em.
ridiculous to do because I'm like, oh, Jesus, no one's. But, 1, 2, 3, everything's visual. There's no manual to read. Any idiot can figure it
Nope.
out, you hope. But
Yeah, yeah.
I would, you know what? I see them. I'm like, really, I don't want to be around and use that. It's nice to have, but God, I don't want no one
I
relying
don't
on
want
me
the
to shock them.
responsibility to do it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, ooh.
So what happens if I move it just a little inch too far that way?
Yeah,
and it
or
doesn't do it?
fucking.
It's just like, oh shit!
You know one idiot out there. Hey, you got jumper cables? No. What about this defibrillator box? Go
Yeah,
ahead,
that'll
try
do
it. Yeah, turn the key just as I hit it.
1, 2, 3.
Oh my God! There's some idiot trying something out there with
I could probably go find you 3.
it.
How do you find public transport? Laz? I don't think I've used public
I
transport
usually go
in
to the
30
bus
years.
stop and wait for it to come to me.
No, you know what I mean.
Mobile lunatic asylums, also buses. I don't like them. I don't like buses. I use
I mean,
them because
the stereotype is the buses never run on time. There's always 2 comes at once. But like I
Right.
say, I haven't been on a bus for 20, 30 years.
oh no, that
And it's
stereotype
the
still runs.
idiots you have to deal with. That's
Yeah,
what I
public,
mean.
man.
Now it's people on the phones.
Well, I know people in the city. I haven't experienced, but they'll say, "Fuck," they'll just drive around the bus and get high, and they'll just cruise around because it's warm or drink. It's like, fuck, you don't want to sit beside that.
Nope. I mean,
See,
I
especially with small children. We're talking 2:00 in the afternoon. You're a guy just whacked out on methamphetamine.
Wow.
Well,
That's
what
no way
today?
to live.
Took my
Yeah.
son. I took my son out this afternoon. He had a doctor's appointment, so I took him. And bus was absolutely jam packed, so we ended up having to sit upstairs, right at the back, where obviously all the dickheads sit. Now I have a nice happy face while I'm on here. Walking down the street is a much different
Yeah.
expression on my face.
Oh, yeah.
My face is usually contorted into
Grumpy. Don't talk to
move
that
out of
asshole.
my fucking way.
It's good to be like that, though.
So that's what I walk around like. So this kid saw that I was looking for a seat for my toddler and promptly moved to offer his seat up. But we still sat at the back, and they were effing and jeffing and doing this and doing
Yeah,
that.
I
and it
know.
was but I'm listening to them, and I know these kids are only 15, 16, and I'm going, you're completely bullshitting. You really.
I'm in the ones you got to watch, though. They gang up on you like a pack of fucking mice.
Oh, they can do. It was all about 5'2".
A friend of mine did it at a corner store one late night getting gas, and there was 5 or 6 young kids out there, 15, 16, skateboarding, and he just politely asked them to move out of his way, and then, who are you to tell me? And next thing you know, someone chopped him with the skateboard. Not flat like a pancake, on the edge of the skateboard, right in the face. Yeah. And purposely, just double-handed, swung back and caught him right in the temple from on the side, from behind, blindsided him. Because I said, what happened to your eye, man? It was so black. He's like, dude, 7-Eleven, some kids argument. I woke up in the hospital. I don't even know what happened. And some lady said, yeah, they chopped you with the skateboard right in the face.
Little bastards, aren't they?
Yeah, for nothing. Just fuck you. Who are you? Tell me to move. I'll show you. Yeah, and one of them spoke up and, well, physically just fucking attacked him.
Fucking chip on the shoulder, and you don't even know why.
Yeah, I was just like, man, wrong place or wrong time. But I could just see that stuff coming. Like you said, with them kids on the bus swearing. What are you going to do with your kid there?
Bring
Nothing.
professional service. Teach
Yeah.
them to respect.
God damn, I wish it was like the
Make
was.
men out of boys.
Mhm.
As BC said, there's nothing I've got my toddler next to me. There's nothing I can do to turn around and do it. If they attack me, then I'm putting my toddler in danger.
It's a terrible situation.
So basically, I talk to him, try and distract him from the kids that are swearing and stuff behind me. And it's
Yeah,
just,
exactly.
doing the best I can. Luckily, he fell asleep on the way back, so it wasn't too bad. But, hey, that's smoother now. I can repaint that.
Sweet. Double coat.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Do you use the same brush every time?
Nope.
You must have a multitude of brushes. Yeah. Looks like a pretty inexpensive hobby, but there's probably a shitload of money tied up in all them little pieces, man.
You can't buy him anymore. He will cost you £13 secondhand.
Jesus Christ.
You can't buy him on his own. If you want to buy him, you have to buy a box set for £90.
What about 3D printing?
Oh, 3D printing's awesome. That's how I get. That's how I get models like that.
Sweet, man. Yeah, I was gonna say, man. Just God, to buy the templates or programs to make it must be expensive though. Because them CAD drawings must take a shitload of time. I used to think they just scanned it with a camera and went, there you go. No. It's not like that at all.
Have you tried 3D?
No, I looked at some of the programs to buy, like when Dorito starts printing them. Like he's buying his software from somebody that's making them, but yeah, it's not as easy as I thought.
No, it's not. No, I tried.
AI seems to be doing everything at the minute. I wonder how AI would do at creating those for you.
Well, Buzz, you work with computers and that. Do you get into the programming end of it at all?
No, fella.
Very
I'll
difficult
leave that
stuff,
little
my
bit
friend.
alone.
Yeah, very difficult stuff.
I do know a bit of basic and stuff. It's a long time since I actually did any programming.
You know, it all started really good with the Commodore for me. If I just would have stayed with it, but consoles came out, Nintendo and that, and steered me big time away from PCs. But Commodore. Remember them days you used to buy them books?
Commodore 64.
Yeah, and spend 20 fucking hours entering them data on the numbers just to run a stupid game where a tank ran around and shot a cannon or something. But I remember buying them books, spending hours doing the program, and then sit there another 5 hours correcting all the single-digit errors you did in the line of code.
I was of an age then when I did
hours.
That was funny.
Oh, that's not 2002. It's supposed to be a 1. Run program. Line error 64. Oh, shit. Get the magazine. Oh, fuck. It's supposed to be a 4. You fix it all up.
That's right. I've put the 6 in there. Where's it? Oh, right.
Yeah, exactly.
Be after it. Okay.
Miss a comma, go to anything, man. And now I think of these games like that was to make the most rudimentary vehicle on the screen shoot a square block. And I look at Grand Theft Auto and I'm like, imagine the coding that has to be fixed on these games. They're going through what we went through Line error code error 63. Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, but they're not going through code line 63.
Oh,
They're going
like
through line
billions of code. Yeah.
3,468.
I can't even imagine.
It's like, oh no, where's that line?
No wonder these kids go crazy on coffee and meth and fuck. When you're up 20 hours working on programming, they just can't shut the machine off.
An old friend of mine who now lives in London, he's a programmer, and the amount of times I see on Facebook he's coming up, it's like modern day kids who've qualified and got these qualifications. It ain't worth shit. Learn how to read first.
Oh shit.
So yeah, I've smoothed it out a bit for you, Mandy.
Looks good.
It was an impromptu. I wasn't actually expecting to do that tonight.
There you go.
I was expecting.
Life's all about surprises.
I wanted to finish him tonight, but
damn it, Mandy! You done
No,
threw a wrench into it.
it wasn't Mandy's fault. It was
Okay,
my fault.
Mandy. I'm sorry. It is his fault. What were
Yes,
we
it is
doing
my
blaming you?
because I knocked that paint all over my desk.
Were you being clumsy?
Oh, very clumsy.
It's okay.
I shall show you.
Oh, you're going to spill it again?
No, I'm just going to show
Oh,
you.
okay. Sure. I was going to say, you don't have to be an idiot twice. I believe you were a fool once.
There you go.
Oh, boy.
Now that's in between two mouse mats.
Well, look at
Absorbed
that.
it.
Oh. Were you scrambling? Oh, shit!
Yes.
I hear
Yes.
you, buddy. I poured coffee all over my keyboard a month ago. I was so choked.
You see, I
I
wouldn't
mean,
be
the whole
bothered with
cup.
my keyboard because my
Ooh.
keyboard's raised up on a metal razor to keep it away from water that goes across my desk.
Oh, no, I dumped the cup clean on the keys. Knocked the whole fucking thing right on it, man.
Oh, no,
I was
see,
so mad.
that'll still be fine because they are all.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I got lots of room for exit. No, I held mine up on a corner and watched the coffee drain for 5 minutes, just almost tearing up. I was like, it's only a $30 keyboard, but I was that dumb. I was so mad at myself.
I'm going to drop my desk cam.
Silence. Silence.
Yep, you've also sorted and dropped your voice.
Your voice. Silencio. Windows. Oh, that sounds like shit. That's horrible sounding. Sounds like you're being electrocuted, my friend. No, terrible. Nothing's coming through. Just garbly fucking bass. The noise has stopped. Oh, there it is again.
Is that working?
I can hear you, but when me and Buzzer talk, we activate something in your audio that, whoo, it's bad.
Oh, it's this fucking phone. How about now?
You're fine, but as soon as me and Buzzer talk, go ahead, Buzzer, say something.
I was just wondering whether it was just coming from Laz off his us, but yeah, it's not a feedback loop, but you're getting some interference there.
If you rewatch the stream, you'll see it, or hear it, I should say.
I know the problem. I know the issue.
That's all it.
Yeah, it seems like me and Buzzard caused it, not you.
No, it's my phone. It's actually not the phone. It's this headset that I use.
Oh, okay.
The headset that fits with my case on. It works good. I mean, like right now, I've not got any headphones in it at all. Is that better?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, cool. So I don't actually have to have headphones in. Oh, even better.
Well, there we go.
Right, let's just. You don't want to stare at my crotch, so.
Well, speak for yourself. I don't know about Buzzard, but I don't mind.
Stare at my bald face instead.
Okay, that's better.
Yeah, I'll take the headphones that I've been using on the computer. I'll take them with me because I really need nicotine right now.
Yo, smoker.
You all right?
Been there, done that.
A 3 hour 34-minute stream, and I have not had a cigarette through any of it.
Oh my good God. You're
I
It
looking
seems
weak.
you done when you're focused on something, though. Time flies.
Why don't you just quit?
Why do I? Because I'm not a quitter.
Look, 3 hours already, man. What's another 3? Just go another 3.
God, what have I done now? Have I done it again?
No, sounds fine. You're tin canny, but it sounds great.
Yeah, no, I forgot to turn the volume back up on the headphones.
Yeah, that mic is really hot. Hot mic. It sounds
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, you even
Yeah.
touch that mic. It sounds like sandpaper. It's so
Yeah,
sensitive.
it is ridiculous. It's this crap mic. My missus has been looking into a more of a desk mic for me,
Yeah.
so I don't have to use headphones all the time.
Proper
I don't have to
audio
use.
hardware. Woo, it's expensive as anything else.
Oh, I know. I bloody. But the next point of call was to buy a camera. But since Buzzard has resolved that issue for me,
Good job, Buzzard.
Well, you've just mentioned there about a microphone. I have a couple spare here that I'm not using, one of which I will never use. If you can benefit from it, Laz, I'll get it sent to you. It's a Blue Yeti. Don't know if
Ooh,
you
Buzzard,
know that.
you know,
It's a ball thing.
That's a nice one.
you know what I'm like, Buzzard. I will not ask you to send it to me, but I will not stop you because you have my address. There's nothing much I can do if you send it.
No worries, fella. I'll get that sent over to you because I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to sell it. It's sat there doing nothing. I'm looking at it. If you can benefit from it, yeah, you're welcome to.
Right on.
I also believe you're actually able to put my name on it instead of Later Mini Painting now.
Well, I can't remember it from the guy when he came into chat, and when we exchanged details, you gave me a Lazy Mini Painting.
No, I'm on about through Facebook.
I don't think I have you on there.
I hate that.
Look for the Joker. Look for the Joker face. You'll notice me.
You'll know.
Yeah, it's not the Why So Serious one. It's the one. It's the Death in the Family Joker. I don't know if anyone knows what that one is.
I do not.
It's the one where he's removed his own face and then stapled it back on again.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, it's just a brilliant face. But it's that picture as opposed to my words written in the style of the Joker's face.
Ah.
Which is Why So Serious, says his hair. Oh, Why So Serious? Ha ha ha.
All
ha,
right.
ha, ha,
Why
ha.
so serious?
Yes.
Heath Ledger.
No. Mark
He said that.
Hamill.
Didn't he say that? Didn't Heath Ledger say that in the movie though? In The Dark Knight,
He
pretty
did,
sure he said, yeah. Why?
but Mark
so
Hamill said it
serious?
first in the cartoon series.
In the cartoon series, yeah.
And Mark Hamill is still the best Joker that there will ever be.
Yeah, fuck, he's pretty good at it, man. I watched that interview where he said I was like, I didn't even know, but it just suits it, man.
It's him and Kevin. Oh, what the fuck's he called? The one who did Batman for the Batman series.
Don't know.
It's Kevin something. I can't remember his name. He's dead now, but yeah, he looked like Batman, but with a really, really skinny body. But you looked at your face and you thought, yeah, that's Batman. Especially when you heard his voice, it's like, wow, it is Batman as well.
He's Batman light.
But it wasn't. The voice was perfect for it. It was like, oh shit. If he walked up behind you and started talking to you, you'd shit yourself. Then you'd turn around and burst out laughing.
I remember when Bane came out. Fuck everyone at work. Oh, stop.
Yeah, that's not Bane. Bane was supposed to look like a wrestler with tubes in him.
Yeah, a lot of the comic book guys share hard on the movies. That's not what he talks. That's not what he looks like. Oh, for fuck's sake, relax, man.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's like, come on, Jesus.
I remember
At least let
watching
him
a
talk.
documentary. Remember Star Wars when James Earl Jones filled in for Darth Vader, and they let the original audio go of the original Darth Vader. I'm like, boy, did someone make the right call there? As that guy was not a Darth Vader-y voice at all. It was so bad.
Force is strong in this one.
Oh, it was bad. And I was surprised they kept C-3PO. Like, yeah, that guy does a fucking... Heard he's an arsehole in real life, but...
Anthony Daniels.
Yeah, I heard he's a real jerk.
He's got... he's got him ideas above his station.
Yeah, it's ego, right? Fucking C-3PO, dude. Come on.
Yeah. I'm C3PO. You've got to give me. No, mate. You were a bit part in a kid's film. Go away.
I think it's to such a high degree to live on a platform where you're a star like that, but nobody fucking knows what you look like. It's got to be traumatic for his ego. Like everyone's saying hi to Mark Hamill and all this bullshit and Princess Leia, and it's like, hey, I'm fucking C3PO, dude, but no one's saying
It's like-
shit. They don't know who the fuck you are, man.
No, neither did they care because, to be quite honest, nobody really likes C3PO.
Yeah, no shit. He's just one of them. You know, I remember the Mandela effect thing when they said, "Oh, you know, one of his legs was silver." Bullshit. I said he was always gold, and then they're like, I watch him. It is fucking a different color, bitch.
But you don't notice because it's on Tatooine and it's sand,
Yeah.
so the silver reflects the yellow.
Dude, I was calling it bullshit until I watched it. I'm like, Jesus, I did think it was all gold too. I'd have bet my child's life on it. And shit, I was wrong.
I know. I was
weird.
adamant as well. I was
And
absolutely
when they
adamant
did
as well.
Luke, I was your father, and someone said, "What was it?" And we said the wrong thing, and then they showed us like someone's fucking with our brains. Almost
Mhm.
like, why did the mass amount of people think it was that way? And the real way is different. So
Well, do
strange.
you know how many different cuts there were of Star Wars?
Yes.
You could when it first came out, if you go to one cinema and watch it, and then went to the next cinema, you would see a different cut.
No shit. I heard George Lucas actually was so disgusted when he seen the first take. He refilmed the whole fucking movie. It's like, no, this is terrible.
George's first edit was crap.
Oh, so it was his edit.
George's edit was crap. It was George's wife's edit, which we now know as Star Wars.
So she got involved, the dirty dog.
Well, he asked her to, and she's the one who set the pacing. She's the one who got it all right. She's the reason.
Huh?
Sorry,
Lads?
his ex-wife. Yes.
I'm going to call it for tonight, guys. It's 1:15 in the morning. I have a busy day today.
Oh,
So,
yeah. I was gonna say,
it's
be
been fun
late
being
over
up
there.
here, but I'm going to love you and leave you. So nice to see you, BC. Man,
Hey, nice meeting you, brother. We'll
and
see you
I'll
again.
See you later,
see you later on, lads. Yeah, you take it easy.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Take
See you
care,
in a
man.
bit.
All right. Okay. Good night.
So yeah, we're gonna go on a Star Wars geek run now.
Well, you see the strip behind me. There's my favorite character of all time is the Stormtrooper. I fell in love with that suit.
Oh,
The day I saw that helmet and the suit, I'm like, oh man, there's just something about it.
do you know about you know what the Pasadena Rose Bowl is, don't you?
No, don't sound
No.
familiar.
I
I know the Rose Bowl.
Right, the Rose Bowl, which is in Pasadena.
Okay.
All right. Usually they have a big parade for it.
It's in California.
Yes.
Yeah.
One year, I mean, it's quite a few years ago now, they asked George to be the head of the parade.
Okay.
And they said, is there anything special you want to do? And he went, well, yeah, I'm George Lucas. I want to be followed by stormtroopers.
Oh,
And they went,
man.
okay, so we'll get these military guys. He goes, no.
No,
I know who I want, and it's the fan club, the 501st Division Vader's Face.
They keep it so real.
And he hired them from all over the world, brought them all out, got them all marching training, got obviously the best ones around the outside and hide your duff in the middle.
My
And
God.
he got loads of them, all with their own homemade suits, which were better quality than the film suits.
Oh boy.
And he got them to follow him, and they were just marching down. Obviously, Imperial March hits, and they're all there with Vader at the front, and Emperor's guards there following him, and then just rank upon rank upon rank of stormtroopers.
The other hood I'm trying to get, and the guy that made me this one, he says it's going to be difficult, but I want one of them. They're the red stormtroopers.
Mhm.
Jesus,
That's
yeah.
the Emperor's guard.
Yes, like the high class. That hood helmet is so cool, man.
But it's so smooth the way
Yeah,
it
I know.
just
That's what
comes
it's
down and just
It's so good.
I mean, I've got two brother-in-laws. One's got an FDM 3D printer. One's got a resin 3D printer. And
Shut up,
FDM's
Gavin.
fine. Why? What's he on about?
Oh, you can't read chat?
I can. I've just got to go into it.
Okay, don't do it. You don't want to see it. It's just Captain Bapton. He's all loose in the head. Go to bed, you fucker.
Yeah, go to sleep, you. Go.
So gay. Hope stormtroopers come and shoot your dick off tonight.
Do you know the only reason stormtroopers never hit the targets in the film is because the Force was protecting them?
That's
Other
right.
than that, they were fucking good shots. They were
Yeah,
all well trained. They were fucking clone troopers.
Fuck.
Well, some of them were. Some of them were civilians.
I sure
Depends
like
how
4,
much-
5, and 6. I'm not big into any others. The original 3
Um,
obviously are so in my heart, but fuck, the new stuff is so hard to take.
I've got a new appreciation for 1, 2, and 3. Now that I've seen 7, 8, and 9.
You know, you can blame Jar Jar and the shitty acting, but the story was fine. I don't
Mhm.
think the actors so much ruined it. I just think I don't know, just the CGI switch for me is a real hard take. Why didn't they film old school? Like, why didn't they take it back and go, hey, I don't want that new shit looking like that?
Because it's ILM. They always push the
I
boundaries.
know. It was like he
I mean-
didn't have to go that far. Like, so super generated stuff. Like, it was so physical back in the day. It looks so good. Now you got R2-D2 flying with rockets and what the
Yep.
fuck is going? Yoda's jumping around like he's fucking 12
Oh, I
years
know,
old.
that's just stupid. And a pod race that lasts
Stupid.
half a film. A race that lasts half a film.
Yeah, fuck,
That's-
man.
It's like, why? You could have just completely bypassed that.
Even George Lucas watched that fucking in the studio of his house or whatever he was, and he just shaking his head at the Jar Jar scenes and some of the decisions. Like, but I don't know. Obviously, he didn't correct it. Someone must have got fired over that, boy.
No, man, and yes, Rogue One was good, Captain.
Did you like
Rogue
the storm with the little the new one that came out? I can't remember the name of it with Boba Fett.
BB-8. Oh,
No, with
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian. That's it. Did you like that?
I like season 1. I did like season 1.
Yeah.
It went downhill a bit on season 2 for me,
Yeah,
and then they kicked it over to Boba Fett, and I've still not finished the first season of Boba
that's
Fett.
what killed me. Good. I'm glad you said that. I thought I was weird not to finish it, but
No,
yeah, it got really
it's-
strange.
It's the same with Obi-Wan. I got about 3 episodes in, and then Leia started showing up, and it's like, hang about. No. At that age, I don't give a crap what she's supposed to be like. She would not be doing that shit.
Yeah, I know. It just don't work.
No. So a lot of the new, I've watched a bit of, is it Andor? Which is the newer one.
Yeah. The
Well,
next
I've watched it.
spin-off.
Yeah, I've watched a little bit of that, and that's not too bad. I did enjoy what I saw of that. But there's so much shit out there. I'm going to go back into my PC because everybody seems to be going to bed.
Yeah, they're getting
So I'm
pretty
going.
sleepy, man.
They are getting pretty sleepy. So thank you for everyone who's watching. Thank you for
Yes, thank
all
you.
coming to join me to do this. If I'll try and come on more often, although it doesn't work out anywhere near what I want. But please, if you want to come back again and join me, subscribe, hit that notification bell because it's the only way you'll ever know that I'm going to go live. 'Cause,
Just do it, folks. It doesn't hurt.
yeah, just do it.
And it's free.
Other than that, good night, everyone. Thank you for watching and have a good evening.